Okay. Well, it looks like it's up. We're public. We're recording already. Do I not need to actually mess with my settings? Because that would be amazing. Maybe not. Let's find out. Well, no, we can still put in the game. STAR-CITIZEN. We already got tags, which is awesome. Hell yeah. That makes my job a lot easier. And let's see. Producer, create broadcast. Select source, meld streaming. Sweet. Advanced settings. Everybody can reply. That is fine. Create broadcast. And post. That should mean I should just be able to go to X now. Pardon me, my friends. Some allergies bothering me today. I'm sure y'all can understand that. All right, here's the live stream. Some allergies bothering me today. Don't need to actually see that. Go away. Into profile. So I'm doing all the back end boring stuff real quick, and then we'll get rolling here. Like and repost. Come on, X. There we go. And chat pop out? Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Well, let me do that from my actual account first. Profile. Click on it. Pop out chat. Can I just close it? Nope. Can't do that. Yo, Miscellaneous, what's up? I want to throw shit at people on the East Coast site. Tell me how to do my job. It sucks. All right, hang on. I go back to X. I got to pop out the chat again. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. Of course not. Profile. Scroll down. Come on, Twitter. I need you to do your job. There it is. Pop out chat. All right, now I'll just minimize that stuff over here. Oh, it did stay. Never mind. Drop that down. So stream chat should start working. All right, YouTube's coming through. Hopefully Twitch is looking pretty. I guess we should probably check on it. Still getting used to using this new platform, so we just got to make sure everything's running right. It looks good. All right, hell yeah. So we'll close out of that. We'll close out of YouTube Studio. And we'll just minimize that. And chat check. Hopefully you guys and all can see what's down here. Obsidian, cool. I just saw your message come through. Hell yeah. All right. Let's double check our ship real quick. Make sure we don't have any real services. All right, cool. We're good there. We're gonna run in and Should I set med spawn? What should we do? Nah, yeah, we'll do that. Fallen Angel, what's going on? Alright, I'm starting to see everybody's chats come through the right way here. Right where I want to see them. Perfect. Just kind of move that a little bit so... Here we go. Just trying to make the chat size kind of make sense. That'll work. Alright. I'm going to run in real fast, set my med spawn, and get the whole, or not the whole sea, the caterpillar claimed, so that we can do some hauling in a few minutes. We're going to actually take the F8 out with a new weapons build to do some tests and to scrounge up some fuses from enemy ships. That way we got them with us on the caterpillar, which I needed to claim for when we do the hauling. So we'll probably take maybe 20-30 minutes doing a couple of bounties in the F8 to see if we can get our hands on those while this ship gets claimed. There it is. Awesome. Here come the chats. Cool. I keep forgetting you're in Florida. I'm freezing my backside up here wrapped up like a burrito in a blanket while working. You're chilling in a frame t-shirt. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice and warm over here, but I'm inside, you know, with heating and cooling. So even if it was cold outside, I'd be all right. Nah, I'm back to going to the gym with Dad, and I just haven't changed today. So yeah, I'm still in the same shirt I was wearing this morning. All right, let's see. Definitely going to transfer our imprint here. It says Magnus Gateway. Interesting. Because we're at the Stanton side, I believe, station. Let's get some meds while we're here. Resurgera. You never know why you might need this. It's always good to stay stocked up. Some Hemazole. I'll do like 20 of those. Oh, I don't have the money for it. Haha, we're so poor. That's fine, though. It's the PTU. We're going to earn it back. What's up, Gunner? Two things I wish we could do. Once a mental trauma source is identified, the issue just stops, and two, biological heat venting, right? That'd be awesome. Alright, let's get back out to the F8. Hang on, do I have... I got a lot of good stuff we'll need. There should be a cargo center here, so let me go get some crew smoothies while we're at it. We got some time to kill. So you can buy fuses, however, the fuses I've been trying to buy keep popping up an inventory error. I guess we can see if there's any fuses at the cargo center. But like all the fuses I keep trying to buy at Teaches at Levski keep popping up an inventory error. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just go out and steal fuses from enemy ships. The MSR has like 10. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Maybe there's some fuses here we can buy. Yeah, we gotta get our crews dark. Okay, so you can also now buy the fire extinguishers from the cargo services, which is awesome. I wish they would just sell the SRT rifle here with the max lift. It's kind of stupid that they don't. Yeah, see? What the hell, guys? Why is the SRT salvage rifle not in the cargo area? That makes zero sense to me. Also, with the amount of money we have, we're going to have to go scavenging anyway, because we can pretty much just afford some crew smoothies. Hang on, let's see if we actually got fuses here. We got store all containers. We got ore pods. Yeah, that's about it. Alright. That's totally fine. Kind of like the idea of seeing what we can salvage off of other ships to kind of keep us rolling. Yo, Lux Lucky. Y'all finished that worm hunt? No, we did not. We ended up realizing once Kuza got there that we had to backtrack all the way to Pyro 4 to the data centers that I was originally looking for to get the key cards printed that we needed to continue. So our plan right now is to just continue doing that on Thursday. So we'll pick up where we left off. Alright. That should be good. But yeah, we're going to continue our Valakar Stormbreaker activities on Thursday. That is a crazy task, man. Granted, if you know what you're doing and you're running through, you're not sitting there taking on waves and waves and waves of NPCs, so it wouldn't be as frustrating, but what a day. Alright. I'm actually really eager to see. So I've got a different build set up now on the F8 because we're still running with essentially 4/4 damage stats. So instead of running all cannons, I'm running something that I don't usually do, which is a hybrid laser ballistics build. And not just that, it's a repeater cannon hybrid build. I'm using a ballistics cannon that most people probably don't touch. And I only say that because, oh, not quite. What is this? Pad 1, so probably pad 3. And I only say this because when I saw them, I thought the name of the cannon was really cool. And I was like, how have I never seen this before? So we're running a CF repeater 10 greatsword cannon build. Since the greatswords, the 10 greatsword is the size 2. So we'll take a peek at this real quick. So we got our CF337 Panther, and we got this badass looking ballistic cannon. This is the 10 series greatsword. The size 3 is the 11 series broadsword, or maybe it's the other way around. They have really badass names though, like sword type names, which is cool. So we got those there, and they're also up here on the turret itself. And the reason I've got these two on here is because they actually pair together really well with speed. So I was going to run a straight laser repeater, laser cannon build, because the light strikes and the CF repeaters are exactly the same at 1800 meters per second. These greatsword 10s are 1600 meters per second, so they're very close to the CF repeaters, which means your targeting pips are really close together, almost a single pip, which is really nice. And also wanted to leverage the ability of the ballistics cannons to penetrate straight through enemy ships. So it's just kind of an exciting test I've wanted to run with this. So we're going to use this ship to go and get our hands on some components. Best bet I can think of is go take on an intersect mission because they're a little intense. Whoa, wait, really? It's not investigation. Missing person. Am I not close enough to... Oh, that's kind of cool, though. I'll take call to arms, because that should add... Oh, it might only be per player. Oh, criminal part of contract paid work do not qualify. Ah, damn. Alright, so that's only for players, so that's whatever. Let's start heading toward Levski real quick. Yo, Caboose, no, I didn't. I found out that for a brief time we were able to buy it, and I've wanted the F8 for so many years that I said screw it, and I melted a bunch of paints and ships to get the money I needed to go ahead and get the pledge for the F8, because the F8 is one of... Really? Oh, I haven't jumped over yet. I'm Stanton's side. That's why call to arms is available. Let's just go ahead and get rid of that then. We need to go through the freaking wormhole. I'm an idiot. Alright. Let's backtrack.
Shields.
I was on my way back when I realized the time, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go live. Alright, so we're gonna jump into Nick's system first, and then... Damn it, I claimed... Oh, I'm such an idiot. I claimed the frickin' cat and set my med spawn to Stanton's side. Okay, we gotta jump and redo that. Dummy. Wall the ship. Explain. Like, put a ship into a wall? Now, this is my pledged F8 now. I'm very happy to have her. I managed to get up the limited best in show paints too, and it is just gorgeous. That's like my favorite color, that shade of purple that's on this, so I was very okay with making all that happen. I'm so annoyed. I gotta go in and land again just to set my med spawn on the Nick side. I forgot I wasn't actually there yet. Part of the experience. Oh, no. Well, why, though? I mean, we already know what happens when you put a ship into the wall in the wormhole. I don't really have a reason to do that test, because nothing's changed. The quantum pillars, you know, those are something that I test, but those are still no impact. They don't actually do anything.
Shields online.
My biggest pledge is gotta be the ironclad. That's, yeah, it's gotta be the ironclad. Because I've got the mole and the Ryzen. This one's up there. This pledge is worth $300, which is crazy. The Ironclad, I think that I pledged is $450. So I think that is the highest. I don't really want to go any higher than that. See what breaks comp-wise. I'll do that maybe at another time. I don't want to set back because I got a limited time to stream anyway, and I really want to get to the hauling side. So I might do that, you know, maybe Friday or off stream. Kind of report back, just in case anything does break. Yo, Hero, what's up, man? Good to see you. If I had to guess, it won't break any components. It just hits you with the same distortion damage that you get when you hit the wall of the wormhole anyway. I don't know if anybody's heard anything different from other people. Yesterday, you're trying to sneak under my hammerhead. Yeah, I randomly turn around and I see this eclipse that is, like, I can reach out and touch it. I'm like, there's only one person I can imagine this being right now. That was funny. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe that's something we can do on Friday. I'll have to see. I need to schedule some showings today for real estate, and that might impede a little bit of Thursday and Friday. It is what it is. I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know via Discord or maybe a post on YouTube if anything does end up changing. But we'll see. What's going on at Dampen? There are so many cool ships I would love to pledge, but I got the Merchantman when it was $350 and can't melt it. Oh yeah, the Banu Merchantman is like the one that got away, the white whale. I got a buddy of mine who pledged the Merchantman too, and he can't wait to see some kind of movement on it, whether it's just an update that they've gotten back into development or something, because that thing's been paused forever. I'm definitely not trying to jump to pledge any ships if I don't have to. Alright. Are we here? Did we make it? I might just end up running to freaking wait a minute. Did the server throw us back out in Stanton? God damn it, you stupid fuck. Alright. See, this is part of the wasting time thing I was talking about. Alright, let me find the gateway. Yeah, and the Merchantman being 350 is kind of surprising to me. I would have thought that thing would be a lot more. Or was it kind of like a discount right now? Good old server issues popped us out of the damn wormhole. Let's try it again.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Anything else, Chris Roberts? If we don't make it through this time, I'm just going to cheat the system and suck vacuum, pop up at Levski. Ain't nobody got time for this. Merchantman's now $650. Woo, there we go. That's more the price I'd expect. Yeah. Damn. So yeah, whoever got it for $350, you guys, you scored. That's really good. I'd actually be surprised, AT, if Battlefield was counting just hits and not kills. That kind of makes sense. But did it say hits? Weird, weird. I'll eventually play some more Battlefield. I've been just too busy with Star Citizen lately. Yeah, I've had the Raylan sitting in my hangar for quite a long time now. Don't want to hit this person. Alright, let's go ahead and quickly SCM break. Start calibrating. Try this again. Popping in right behind this guy. Who do we got here? Little Cuddy Black. Alright. Yeah, Praetorian pack is like $6,000, isn't it? Or something crazy. Or $15,000. Something insane. I'll never judge anybody for spending their money, but I will laugh out loud at prices that I would just never touch. Not without some serious changes. This guy's kind of flying all over the place right now. Why are we... Feels like my ship is sticking a little bit. There we go. Might be a little bit of weirdness happening inside the wormhole at the moment.
Quantum fuel is at 75%.
Yeah, that's right, Captain Mark. We're in the F8 right now, trying to head back into Nyx. Plan is to test out this combat build on a couple of intersect missions to scrounge up some fuses before we hop in the Caterpillar and go hauling. We're going to try to do some Ling family hauling grinds, maybe get into some Red Winds. Should be a good time. I would just love it if this actually spat me out in Nyx properly. This is our second time in the wormhole, because it didn't like us for some reason a second ago. We're getting the right colors. We got that sort of seafoam green. That is the Nyx identifier, and that's looking good. No, it isn't. This is Stanton again. We're back in fucking Stanton. What do you mean? Is the Cuddy here? Probably confused like I am. I'm fairly certain this is still Stanton. It would be nice if the quantum signatures would work properly. Yeah, we're... God damn it, man. What is the problem here? Okay, plan B. We got a path to Nyx Gateway. I ain't messing with this crap. We got shit to do. Must be some server health issues, because if you have desync in the wormhole, it's gonna spit you out. It's really frustrating. So we're gonna land at a pad and self-terminate. We're just gonna do this our way, because I'm not wasting all my time trying to go through this wormhole over and over. All right.
Landing gear deployed.
If you're curious why I'm going to land first, it's because I don't want to lose everything that's in my backpack. So we're gonna land down here, get on the station, and then terminate.
Landing complete. Takeoff complete.
Oh, actually, we don't need to worry about refueling or anything.
All systems offline.
Is that something you think you might do, Chimera? Is that Polaris something you want? I've satisfied my big ship urges for a while. I got the hammerhead I've always wanted. Got that thing kitted out something nice too. I just don't have it in the PTU because it's in-game bot, so I'll have to wait till 4 or 5 drops. Pyro's always dangerous. That's just how Pyro is. Head on a swivel with everything you do. Especially if you're in an area that people can actually target and quantum to. You just gotta kind of expect that there's gonna be a griefer around every corner. But if you can accept that and you have some good survival sense and are less prone to being obvious, Pyro's great. That was my main home for quite a while. Oh, son of a... I forgot I did that. Alright. Gotta reset our spawn first. It's gonna be one of those days in the PTU, isn't it? We will prevail. Where's that stupid insurance kiosk? I need to commit fraud. There it is. This is why there's a regen crisis. People doing this kind of crap to beat the system. Alright, medical emergency on the floor. Alright, good luck, guys. He didn't care at all. He's just sitting there. He's like, whatever, man. I see this all the time.
Attention.
See, I would agree with the 45-minute thing, but I've been in since 10:30, so... It's waited to get fucky until I started streaming, as per usual. I've been flying around, buying parts, going through the wormhole with no issue whatsoever. I might just need to do a shard rip, Alt F4 out and pop back in or something. We'll see. Maybe it'll behave. Because we're gonna, if we're doing interstellar hauling stuff, we're gonna need to go through the wormhole with the Caterpillar. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alrighty. Mute that out. At least we're back in Levski, right? We made it. Double check my audio outputs and all. That should be good. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, it's kind of the tough thing with the larger ships. A lot of the time is just getting a good amount of crew honor. I'm going to have that with the Hammerhead too, because you need to be, real, especially with 4.5 coming out, you're going to want to be at 8 people comfortably. The pilot, the gunners, engineer. You can always operate at fewer and still be a beast of a ship, but nothing beats having all 24 guns ready and an engineer able to repair components. Granted, I haven't really checked thoroughly to see how much of the Hammerhead will be interactive because it's one of the older ships. You know, it's not gold passed and all that. On my way, guys. Alrighty. Let's get the Caterpillar claimed. Gotta claim the F8 as well because of the shenanigans, which sucks. Oh my goodness. PTU's had 2 updates and it's still feeling rough. There we go. At least that click went through. Alright, we got 5 minutes here. Maybe we'll run and go try to buy some more fuses. I would love to try out the new cannon build on the F8. I just need Star Citizen to cooperate.
Thank you.
My goodness. Alright, we'll try claiming the cat.
Your insurance claim has been
Claiming a ship that's already in claim status, essentially.
Please visit us again.
Let's take a peek.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
It's not registering as claimed.
Welcome to the ASOP.
Do I need to mash the button like I did on the F8? Probably.
Your insurance claim
No,
has been
it's
sent.
in process, but not reading. Awesome. You know, we're just gonna... Yeah. We're gonna reset. This server's struggle bussing right now. What resolution do you play at? Are you using the new Vulkan renderer? Game looks to be running nice. So yeah, I am on Vulkan, especially in the PTU. And I'm not running everything in very high. I'm running it in just high. But my monitors are 165 Hz, 1440 monitors. So 2.7K, I think is the technical term. You know, not 4K or anything. My gosh. There we go. Man, I just did not want to exit. So we will wait for that. Oh, the launcher bugged out. Okay. Game error code as we were trying to close out. That's kind of funny. So I'm going to restart the launcher. And we'll pull it back up. And yeah, the game's been running really nice as far as like smoothness and graphical considerations. It's just the last time I was on the PTU, input delays were gargantuan. It was really bad. They were trying to recover from really breaking the game in a big way. And then there's been 2 updates. And earlier when I was on, it was functioning nicely enough for me to travel to my Costco and grab weapons until I was basically broke. It should be fine once we get back in. It might have been getting to a little bit of a sticky point. Levski as well is just a bit rougher than other areas of the game. I mean, but hell, you saw, we tried going through the wormhole twice, and it just kept spitting us out. It didn't want us to go through. So we'll just keep trying. Yeah, the game really does want to hold me hostage, huh? Oh, damn it. I clicked on live. You got grr. Keep it together, man. Let's try again. Oh. This is probably a lot of Star Citizen live streams, right? It's like the bulk of the stream is just navigating menus and trying to get in. So, new Babbage in Microtech is my Costco because The Commons has pretty much every ship component you can imagine you need. If you go to Urkel and you look at a shopping list of all the components you need, I guarantee you, like 9 times out of 10, you're going to find it in New Babbage. So New Babbage has become endearingly my Costco because they just have everything. So if I am in need of bulk supplies, which is another reason I call it that, because I'll go in a cargo ship, buy a bunch of components and weapons, throw them all on the ship and take them back home. Or more realistically, I will claim all the ships that I need to do component swaps on there at the New Babbage spaceport, run over to the Commons, hit up Omega Pro, hit up Center Mass, hit up Shubin Interstellar, buy everything I need, put them on all the ships, and then my ships are all set. The only things you can't really get there are, of course, your military grade components, your grade A stealth stuff or high tier stealth stuff, and the civilian quantum drives that I love, like the Erebus and the Chimera, which are at Arc L1 and Crew L1. I don't really use the Atlas anymore. It's a great quantum drive. You can pick it up at Her L5, but the Colossus on the size 1 category is kind of the best of all worlds. For HP pool, speed, efficiency, distance traveled, I'm running the Colossus on all my size 1s, like my F8. I think I'm going to stay out in Stanton for 4 or 5. Yeah, you could. I mean, Stanton's probably going to be running really well. Pyro's probably going to be running immaculately. I think Pyro's probably the least traversed system. So that's a nice place to retreat to. I had to go to New Babbage the other day, and it was a pain to see where to land through the snowstorm. Oh, yeah, if you're going there when there's a snowstorm going on, it's a real pain. That is a good point. All right, let's see if we can get in here. Yeah, up until Pyro system launched, New Babbage was primarily my home. Sometimes I go to Orison.
Welcome.
Because I just think Orison is gorgeous. It's just aesthetically very pleasing. All right, cool. 25 more seconds. And did the cat actually claim? Where's it at? Wait, it's just here?
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Seriously?
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
It just poofed into existence here? Does it have all of its components? Yeah, it's decked out. Has all the stuff that I threw on it, which works for me. All right. Well, okay, then I'm going to put it up to the chat. Do you guys want to see any F8 CF repeater cannon action looking for fuses? Or do you just want to hop in the cat and start hauling Ling family contracts? I'll see what you guys are thinking, because we're not going to spend the whole stream doing combat stuff in the F8. It was just only going to be like 20-30 minutes, but let me know what you guys think, because both are on the table now. I guess Chris Roberts felt bad, and he's like, all right, you don't have to wait on your Caterpillar. Here you go. Right there in the hangar. This is what we're running on the F8. We're running the standard power plant and military coolers it has, just because they're really good. And the shields seem to be fixed. The ramparts are actually charging up properly now. And I got my Colossus drive. And then we're running the EM Dominator 2 missiles. We got the 10 series Greatsword cannons. And the Panthers. Let's see. I hate Orison so much. Why do you hate Orison? Is it just because of getting out of there? Is that what it is? Yeah, it can be a little bit of a pain to navigate. Tried all options over 3 years I've played. New Babbage always has been the smoothest for me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, New Babbage is gorgeous. Have you tried the full ballistics loadout in the F8 in the current patch? No, mostly because, I'll be real with you guys, I hate having to rely on leaving to go reload. Because usually ammo counts, like you might get through 1 or 2 missions and you gotta go reload, and it's annoying, and I'm sure it might be a small thing, but I've always been a fan of the lasers because of just time to kill for me has always been better with repeaters because I can get through shields and then knock out the enemy a lot faster. Plus, energy weapons is more devastating to armor and has a higher tendency of causing fires. But ballistics do have better penetration. So that's one of the reasons I was kind of thinking, all right, let me go a little bit away from my laser lifestyle here and try a hybrid approach. That way I can melt through the shields and then use the penetrating power of the ballistic cannons to really get in there. Especially given that we're at the 4-4 damage model where repeaters are still kind of king. I just see a vote for the F8. We'll do a couple of missions in the F8 then. Then we'll grab the cat and go crazy. Curious though, for the question on the ballistics loadout, Excel what are you thinking? Are you talking like full cannon build, or are you talking like a Gatling build? So I don't think I actually have any size 3 Gatling. Thing is, like on the F8, it's size 3s. Like, I start to maybe consider ballistic Gatling and stuff when you get to size 4 and 5 because of ammo counts. But at size 3, that's not a whole lot. Do I even have any? It'd be the GT210 Gatling gun, right? Hey, Val. Oh, no. Having to drive cross country. What? Really? Oh, where the accident occurred. Oh, boy. Damn. Well, you better be safe on that journey, Val. Get in your car and make it back safe and no problems. And so far, 4.5's been okay. The last like 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes have been frustrating, but we're punching through it. We're getting through it. We're going to do a little combat testing in the F8, and then we're going to jump into some interstellar hauling. That's why the stream title is Hauling and Stuff. I didn't want to mislead anybody. Okay, we got our diagnostic screen. I'll check back in with the chat in just a second. We're going to get our coolers down to minimum power because we really don't need to spend all that energy. We've got enough power to fully hit those. In fact, actually, we're just going to go full weapons load out there. So we'll take a little bit from engines. So we're looking at just under 500 rounds of cannon ammo and 75 shots per repeater, which is pretty good. That's pretty solid. Couple mode off, gear up.
Landing gear raised.
All right, let's see. Yeah, no sleeps today. I didn't feel like changing. Went to the gym this morning, got a good pump in, and time flew by. So yeah, we're tool mode, my friends. Full on tool mode. Ammo count looked decent with the new model. Time to kill might be a lot better. Possibly, yeah. Well, definitely, I think these cannons I'm running will help a lot. I'm kind of curious, though. I do have a Gladius, so I might check out the cannon load on that. Or, sorry, the ammo count of the GT210 Gatling turret that's on that. I think my Buccaneer should have some stuff as well. Alright, let's punch out of here. Gears are already up. Just kind of get away from Levski and any possible shenanigans that might be afoot. Let's get access to our MFD, please. There we go. Get more energy to engines. We'll test first on a bounty, and then maybe I'll brave an intersect mission. Because we do have MRTs, and they're no joke in Levski. Alright, the interface is feeling much better now that we've relogged. Navigation feels responsive. Or I should say the nav map feels responsive. The game feels super smooth now that we're actually rolling. Oh, there's the quantum stutter. That's pretty normal in Nix right now. Oh, but there we go. We're probably over 100 frames right now, which is great. Okay. Let me get back to the chat here. Yeah, at least you're getting it back. To turn around and sell it. There you go. Yeah, you gotta let me know. Yeah, have you decided which one you want to get? And Derek, show me the bigger SUV. Whatever that one is. Maybe the one with the Falcon doors. Yeah, that's the... You want to go for a Model X? Damn, girl. You showing off? I fully recommend the Model Y. It is an SUV. If you want the X, you know, you're just feeling it, go for it. It's a badass vehicle. You're gonna love it. Higher range, stupid fast, tons of storage. I think 5, 6, and 7 seat options. Captain chair option. It's a great vehicle. I think they start around like 80K though, so they're up there. I think the Y also has. So no, the Model Y is the crossover. It's an SUV, but it has standard doors like the Model 3. It doesn't have the Falcon doors. The Model X is the only one that has the Falcon wing doors. The Model Y is great, though. That's what my wife has. That's what I'm trying to get, hopefully, next year, because she's going to the Rivian R2, possibly, if it ends up being as good as we hope it's going to be. She doesn't like the new design of the Model Y with the light bar on the front. I'm okay with it. I need it for content and all kinds of other stuff, so I'm going for it. Yeah, wow, this feels real smooth right now. Yeah, the Falcon doors are sick. I'm not gonna lie. You even have butler mode where it'll sense that you're walking up to it, and your driver door will open for you. It'll like crack open, wait for you to get around it, and then open all the way for you, and then you hit the brake pedal, and it'll close the door for you automatically. You want something to make you feel like an Origin JumpWorks pilot? Yeah, the frickin' Model X is I almost said the ship for you. Feels like it. Might as well be. If you can afford it, go for it. Grab that thing. Oh yeah, the docking collar on the whole C is one of the best ways to get in and out, especially when you're out in 0G. Getting rid of your Corvette. What year? I know, they can be a pain. I had a 3rd gen Camaro that was a pain in the ass. But I love that thing. My buddies used to call it Satan's Camaro because it would always break down and cause me problems. But I didn't care. I love that damn thing. Alright, where are our targets? I'm just glad that the frickin' Rampart shields are actually working properly again. That really sucked. Because they were just not regenning. Is this? We might go investigate whatever that is anyway. There we go. We got a Prowler. Let's go get... Oh my gosh, it's because of the stealth. Alright, so the pips are... Okay, not as bad. He was just going really fast. Let's see what happens. The Prowler's a meaty ship too, so it'd be cool to see how this combo works. The outer pip is going to be the cannons for sure. He's going to run into that asteroid. Wow, I wonder if we caused him to disable. Oh, that's a distortion hit. Oh, it's the stupid arrow. Okay, watch your velocity indicator. You don't want to also hit asteroids and shit. Jesus, jump scare. 2 arrows. Okay, we got to lead these guys away from this pocket of asteroids. Why are we locked slow? Let's speed up. There we go. Yeah, let's get out into the open a little bit here. I ain't trying to be stuck around that crap. Once I start hitting them, they're going to melt quickly, though. He's moving strange. There we go. Yeah, you did. You picked a fight with me. That was your first mistake. Okay, I'm not noticing any component damage on him. I don't want to sit too long and let him get distortion hits on me, though. Arrows are a problem, man. They are nimble. And we're in a heavy fighter, so we gotta fight smart. He's hurting bad. We haven't penetrated any components because he's still running strong. Although he's only maybe another 2 seconds of contained fire from blowing up.
Target destroyed.
There he goes. Okay, did the other one crash into a rock? Because I would love to investigate some ships out here. Yo, what's up, Pudding? Are we doing stuff because the whole C is bored again? No, we're not running whole C in the PTU because our rank isn't high enough for that to make sense. We're doing a little F8 testing with the cannon ballistics build. Sorry, the laser repeater cannon ballistics build. And then we're going to grab the Caterpillar and go have some fun. But we're going to see if we can find ourselves some fuses on some ships, because right now buying them is kind of bugged. So let's see. So we're kind of doing a little bit of salvage in a way. What do we got here? What is this? Is that an Ares? Ugh, if it is, I'm not going to be able to get any fuses off of it. That's annoying. Probably people wanting to test out the Inferno and the Ion. That's the Inferno with that badass black paint job. That thing looks good. I don't want to waste my cannon ammo on it. Can I load cargo into my whole C through the commodities terminal safely without having the spindles open, then open them up? No, you can't load a, well, okay, so you're talking about like trade routes? Because your ship, I'm pretty sure it has to be stored. So it doesn't matter if it's opened or closed to actually do it. But with the way the whole C behaves with storing it and popping it out, you're kind of doing so at your own risk. But you store it you place the trade deal at the commodities terminal, then you go get in your whole C, and then you have to fly over to the cargo grid and do it like you would a cargo mission. So you don't have, it doesn't it doesn't load your whole C while it's stored. So I guess technically you'd actually, oh, sorry, hang on. All right, backtrack. I got all over the place with that comment. Let me focus here. So for trading in the whole C, all you have to do, you don't even have to go dock or anything. You can just park by a pad. I'm actually going to give you the real answer here. And you go inside, you set up the work order at the admin terminal. Then you have to go back to your whole C, and then just like Kovalex missions, you go to the cargo area to load it. So you can only do whole C trade route stuff sensibly at, like, by Genie, Everest, Seraphim, the gateways, whatever. That's how you do that in the whole C. So I hope that answers your question. Let's go intersect to see if we can get maybe something a little bigger. The menu's still a little weird. Is this the terrorist one? Yeah. All right, we'll do this. I'm hoping that we get a caterpillar. I think the caterpillar has fuses in this update. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, there we go.
Shields offline.
Wow, only 120 kilometers away. That's freaking awesome. I don't know if there are UI changes in 4.5. Have you heard anything or wondering about anything specific? The only thing I know that we got that's new, as far as your immediate UI here, is your diagnostics MFD, which is right here, that shows you wear and tear and component health. But as far as the actual UI, I haven't noticed anything that really stands out, if that makes sense. About to blow my fuse, yeah. No, I'm good. I was just getting mixed up on how to do trade stuff in the whole C, because I don't do it much. I've done it enough to know how it functions. Just been a while. What is that? A hurricane? Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. I am going to definitely give that ship a couple of Dominator 2 missiles. If I can lock onto it. There we go. 2-way. Come on, come on. Give me a hit. There we go. What else we got? We got quite a few ships around it. I have got to hit that hurricane hard. All right. 4 missiles. Come on. 4-way.
Shields hit. Target.
There we go. I did not want to waste any time. All right. Gladius.
Bogey.
Okay, he's hurting pretty bad. Let me charge up some flares for if we get missiles thrown at us. What is hitting us? What is hitting us? Come on, come on, come on. Hit him hard, hit him hard. Jeez. Alright, we gotta extend. Our shields are hitting hard. We're getting hit hard, rather. This fucker came back at us quick. Alright, we gotta charge engine, or boost. He's trying to extend on us.
Shields hit.
Alright, that's our chance now. We're gonna extend out. We're gonna try to get these shields back. We're already taking some damage on our front piece. How are you on me when I'm doing 400 meters a second, you little shit? AI's got some aimbot, man.
Shield down.
I ain't playing by these rules. Come on. Alright, we've avoided most of those hits. We're getting shields back. Time to rotate. We're 3 clicks out. We've got 2 missiles left. Eat it. Woo! Yeah, this is the
Target
F8.
destroyed.
Alright, he's gone. Oh, an MSR. Perfect. They got so many fuses. That's what we want. We're out here fishing for fuses. Yeah, I've already got flares ready for you. Get out of here with that.
Bogey.
Finish off this Gladius.
Shields hit. Target destroyed.
What are you? What are you? Okay. Is that a Talon? That's the MSR hitting us now. We're about to be exposed on our shields. I want to see if I can get this guy. There he goes. Okay, let's extend. Do a little circle strafing to try to block out that without blacking out. That'd be the goal. He's still on us. What's his range? How is he still... Oh, he's beelining for us. We've lost weapons. That's great. What do you mean? How much have we lost that we are spinning like this? Okay. Okay, that's great. All right, all right, all right, all right. Lovely. We're going to extend out as much as we can. I don't know what the magnet UI circle is. Great, our ship is just useless at the moment. Alright, I need to see if I can fix this. We need to get away from this damn... Thruster compensation is totally screwed right now. What do you consider an improvement to TTK? Faster, because I don't necessarily think that that's better. TTK is too fast, then it's less of a skill game and kind of just who gets lucky hitting who first. Alright, I don't know if he'll reach us all the way out here, so let's see if we can do something about this fucked up F8 right now. I haven't had a hit like that where I've broken that hard yet. Jesus, that's just me trying to stop us. Insane. Alright. Are we fully stopped? I'd catch up on chat and actually try to pop out of this and see what we can change. Man, we took a beating there. Alright, let me get caught up all. We got lots of chats coming in. I'm happy to see everybody talking. Oh, the SERP has been... Yeah, the search option is on the ASOP terminals. It's pretty good. None of the stations don't want you to let her load. Yeah, I hope everybody's enjoyed getting a little infusion of cash. In love with fuses. No, I just wish I could buy them at the terminal at Teach's, but we can't. So we got to go hunting for them out in the float. You need fuses. They blow, your ship's fucked. Flying. That's funny. So you're talking about precision mode? Oh, so I don't use that because it doesn't actually change anything about your weapons. That's just a visual thing for you. Like maybe if you're hard of seeing or the small one just bothers you. The bigger pip reticle is purely aesthetic. It doesn't make your aim any better. It doesn't make you hit any better. That's why I like the smaller. I like less is more for me, UI wise. Precision mode is great though. Against those light fighters and stuff, not all that useful, but against some bigger ships, it's fantastic. Yeah, I agree with the TTK thing. It's like, you don't want it to be too short or too long. Actually really enjoyed how it was before they reverted everything back to 4.4. It felt pretty good. Well, no, a single dead fuse shouldn't be the end of the world. It's only if everything in a relay goes out. That's what our experience has been. But as soon as you put a fuse into that relay, you get a little bit of a, oh wow, I've been drifting away from my F8 this whole time. As long as you have at least one fuse in there, it allows the power distribution of pips to come back, which is great. If you have a full relay out, that can cause some problems. You might lose some power, which sucks. Lead versus lag pip is really just preference. It's just whatever you find more useful. I prefer lead pip in just about every case. Alright. Let's get our canister in this thing. Actually, you don't want to be moving when you do this, otherwise the UI can get a little weird on you. Alright, this should have a full canister. Yep, it does. Cool. Alright, let's see if we can fix this thing. Repairable material. I don't know that I really have any thrusters or anything that are a problem. Maneuvering thruster part integrity is down, so we're going to get that fixed up. Yeah, this thing took a frickin' beating, dude. It's rough. Well, this will actually put material back on the ship too, which is kind of cool. Is this still repairing even though I'm not on it, or I need to actually move around? See, I haven't. This is another reason I kind of want to do this. I haven't had too much time to actually mess with this. So if you get close enough, it'll start to actually put material back on. This is one of the reasons I like using the rifle. It's faster and a little easier. It makes a bit more sense. We're going through RMC pretty fast though. I don't really care too much about the hull. I want to make sure I got thrusters working, but we're missing a good chunk of them though. The problem is we took damage to aft thrusters because we start going forward, we start spinning out of control. That doesn't make any sense. Our aft thrusters are all here. They all look good. Part integrity is 100% there. Part integrity is fine. 96% here. This one. All right, no, that's back up to 100%. 100%. Oh, there we go. Gotta get closer for that to actually work. Okay, 100%. Is that actually working? Doesn't look like it. Let me through the damn wing, please. There we go. So I don't think we're going to be able to get that thruster back online. And this seems like it's glitching. Like it's not actually hitting where it needs to repair the whole time. Not consistently, because I'm not getting any feedback that shows... Alright, there we go, kinda. It's like a sweet spot distance that you have to stay at. Alright, here we go. Come on. Why are we moving weird? Repair is not needed, it says there, and yet over here it's all damaged. Okay. It's trying. Maybe it's just the handheld being shitty. I'm not sure. We're starting to get something done here, though. You gotta, like, find a sweet spot and not move too fast, it seems. But that could also just be server performance for the most part. Let's see, do I have to get closer? Oh, oh, we found the spot. There it is. Wait, a little bit back further. Or not. A little bit more forward. There we go. It's almost like I gotta be slowly drifting towards it for it to work. Come on. There we go. It's not very smooth right now. Alright, alright. Yeah, it keeps kind of forcing you to shuffle around and move, otherwise it just stops working. We've got it up to 91%. Jeez. Oh, interesting. I got a nice little angle there that allowed me to hit everything. Still at 91 though. Trying to capitalize flying factory basically. Oh, I'm behind on chat. Sorry. Oh, wait. I saw something happen in here. Do I just gotta go like side to side? Come on. Wake up. Alright, whatever. See, this is just all labeled as whole. It's not saying I even need to do repairs. Come on. Right? Did we find the spot? There it is. Just gotta be like real deliberate with where you're aiming the damn gun. Kind of losing it. Okay, there we go. There we go. So that's just putting hull material back on, but I don't think we're getting any actual functional stuff restored with this one. I think it's unfortunately we lost an entire section, so we can't fix what isn't there anymore. At this point, I'm trying to see how much of this we can actually get material onto. It's so temperamental, man. I really hope we're not getting 4.5 to the live build anytime soon, really. There needs to be a lot of love given to this patch in the PTU before this goes to everybody. At least another week, in my opinion. I know people want it, but you don't want it like this. This part was actually working a lot better like a week and a half ago. Yeah, delay so I don't lose my shit, exactly. Alright. Well, let's see if we can maybe put down that MSR and take some material from it, see how the rifle performs. I don't think this thing is about to handle very well at all. Wait a minute. Holy shit, did I actually restore thruster function? There's only one way to find out. Oh, there it is. Okay, that thruster's still broken. But main control seems to be restored. I just can't do a whole lot of extra shit. We've got 3 cannons and three repeaters left. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh, did I bust it? Crap. Hang on. Did we lose power to one of our shields? Oh, we lost a cooler. Okay. All right. How's the Aorus expensive to power? It's never stood out as a problem for me. Besides, when you're in nav mode for quantum drive, does it really matter? You don't need shields or guns. Damn, we had good control, and then I think I went and messed something up. Ugh. I might have fried a thruster. This is gonna be kind of funny. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I can't do like really any forward thrust. Not the way I would want to. Alright, we're heavily compensating. You stop that. Alright. We're about to test our flight skills today, man. Alright, hold up. Stop freaking out. What? Thank you. Okay. There we go. Alright, just don't boost. Don't boost. Okay, okay. I'm not looking for the easy way out, Lucky. I want to see if I can get through this. There we go. Come on. Let's go. We got a 3-kilometer engagement range. Bring it on, motherfucker. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, recharge those weapons. Sorry, I'm a Drake pilot. I kind of have the Drake mindset. Just put some tape on it. We'll get through this. Damn, ballistics are low already. Alright, hang on. Precision aiming isn't working right.
Shields offline.
All right.
Ejecting.
Woo! All right, hold your horses. Come on. That's right. I'm gone. You have nothing to worry about. No, 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 don't run away. Shit, I really need it to... Yep, come on, come back. I wonder if he's gonna come to a stop. This would be funny. Said by Sun Tzu, yeah. Hell yeah. God, he's still running around like crazy. This is not normal NPC behavior. Usually they go dormant. When are you gonna slow your roll there, Maverick? My ship should be dead. Oh no. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. He should stop. See, I'm not even like flying toward him. He's yeah, exactly. Oh shit, is he about to ram me? Nope. Woo! That was rude. I kind of hope he just hits the lightning. Yeah, he doesn't see me. He's going for that ship. He's just... I don't know what he's doing. Well, I had a plan here. It was, he stops, I get on board, kill him, and take his ship. But now that this loser's gonna keep Tokyo drifting my frickin' F8. Maybe I can grab him. How funny would that be? All right, we're gonna try it. Come on! Oh! Ah! Maybe I can throw this into him. Ugh. I don't have enough ammo for that. In fact, I only have 1 magazine's worth of ammo. Jesus. But if I can throw this into him... This is so ridiculous. Come on. Come on. Hit it! Oh, that was close! It's like I'm a ship matador right now. Damn it, damn it. Oh no, oh no, oh no. It's way too close to me. Come on! Oh! Why is this so fun? Come on. Come on. Oh, I can't move it fast enough. Shit! Where is he? Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, the ankles were almost got, for sure. Oh, I need to be able to lead where he's gonna go. Come on, F8, come back up. Pushing it out, pushing it out. Pushing it out. Come on, lower. Oh, damn, okay. We're gonna miss a couple of passes here. Come on, down, down, down. This is the end stuff part of the stream. Oh my gosh. Where'd he go? Bitch! Come on. Come on. Turn harder. Oh! Okay, alright, he's definitely locking onto the ship. Because I can see his angle changing. Okay. That's bad. Whoa! Wait a minute, am I not physicalized anymore? Because if I'm not, that's going to make this pointless. Because he just went through me. That changes everything, if that's the case. Yeah, if I'm not physicalized, if something weird happens, let's see if I go through the ship. Okay, nope, I'm still physically here. Oh, that was probably a bad idea. Hi, bud. Okay. Come on, push it away. Push it away. Damn it, he keeps flying under it, and I can't move this thing fast enough to redirect. Yeah, I know there's a range warning. Shut up. Where you at? Where you at? Where's he gonna go with it? He's gonna fly under it again? Yep. Okay, let's see. Let's pull it back this way. Oh, shit. Huh. Let's try something. Nope. Wonder if I can beat it up to hard death it. Okay, I'm running out of areas here. Yeah, where'd the turret go that I just had? This is the most ridiculous thing. I have never seen an NPC ship do this before. It would happen. Come on, come on, come on. Run into it, damn it. Oh! This is so stupid. I did. Yep. Necktie Caffey. No, I didn't get beat up by him. I got beat up by the two Aorus, the Gladiator, and the Talon that were with him. And now I'm just trying to get this guy to collide with this ship. Fuck. This is where I'm just being stubborn. Don't really know if I need a... Well, maybe. I'm just being stubborn here. Did we get it? Oh? Wait, is it? He's stopping. Hold up. Hold up, hold up. Did we wait him out long enough, guys? Oh my gosh. Okay, no, we don't need to pick up. Because now I can go through with phase 2 of the plan. Let's go! This is what we've been waiting for! You just stay right there. Just stay right there. There's nothing to see here. Oh, you bitch! Fucker! Yeah, no shit. DVD logo thing. Accurate. This fucking guy. The most wild MSR NPC I have ever seen. Hang on, come here. You fucker. Okay. Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bitch. Here we go again. What if you just held F and not swing it around? I don't know what that would do. Oh, it's out of range now. What's he gonna do? Anything? Jeez, he's still flying by the damn thing. Well, I don't want him to run out of fuel, because I was planning to use that shit, but... This is getting boring. I might just need to go back to station. God, this NPC's insane. Is he stopping again? Nope, he's still going. This thing is... soft death or hard death? Nope, I can get in it. Oh, it's the canopy. Can I activate self-destruct from here? Repair all. Can't really do anything with that. Trying to experiment with what our options are. Because I think if I could just get this damn lightning to hard death, it would stop. I could try to hit him with one of my guns. Give me the freaking gun. What are you doing? Thank you. I don't know that this would actually cause the damage we would want. Alright, where's he going? Nope. That went way past. perspective out here is really tough, man. Depth perception, where the hell he is. Nope. Nah, I don't want to fuck with that. I would like to just finish off this ship. Give me my canopy interaction button, please. Oh, there it was. Close canopy. It's not giving me the option to actually get in the seat, just the canopy. Can't interact with any other buttons on here. In hindsight, I should have hit the self-destruct sequence before ejecting. I hate that I can interact with the MFDs, but I can't just like turn the ship off or anything. This guy's just gonna keep looping. Oh, I did eject the seat. You're right. I didn't think about that. So at the end of the day, this is all my fault. What happens if we just kind of casually throw this away? I don't think, because ever since the change to cargo boxes and stuff, I don't think that'll do any hull damage. I don't think I could throw the guns at my own ship until I'm blue in the face, and I don't think it would finish it. Maybe. Not too far. Well, there goes that magazine. I think it's hard death, guys. I don't think this thing... Well, no, because I can interact with the MFDs. I don't know. I'm not going to take any more time doing this. It's getting ridiculous. Alright, cop in the chat. He gave the old dollar on a fishing line trick. Yeah, no joke. That's what it feels like. That mission definitely teared up the F8, though. 2 arrows, a Gladius, a Talon, and an MSR. And I've successfully boarded the MSR in the PTU and jacked all the fuses, but the pilot was glitched and I couldn't actually kill him to finish the mission. It was frustrating. But, yeah, I've never seen them, like, permanently loop your ship before, and frankly, I didn't want to waste any more time messing with that, as funny as it was at first. Hey, just watch your guide on the whole sea hauling. I have an issue where the auto load is trying to load a new run before unloading the previous. Meaning I keep getting cargo failed. Do you have a workaround? Are your capacities over? Like, what's a better way to say it? The mission you're trying to load, if you do it, will it overload or will it block the other cargo? Give me a little bit more details, because like my initial instinct is to say let it load and then try to unload, or try hitting the call button again when it's failing. Let me know what you have tried, and then I'll see if I can maybe give you an answer. How do I fix the issue where no matter how much I spam cargo, it instantly cancels my hail? Well, I'd start by saying don't spam it too much, because you're triggering voice repetitive cycles to happen, and if you spam it like a million times, you might cause a lockup. You might have to re-log in. I don't know. Like, so my tactic for calling cargo in the whole sea is to initially just try to do it one time. If that doesn't work, I'll do it one more time. If that doesn't work, I'll do a double tap. If that doesn't work, I'll do a triple tap. I don't do any more than a triple tap until they've finished their sequence of looking for a deck assignment, looking for a deck assignment. You want to let their audio play out, otherwise you're going to put yourself into an infinite loop and really screw it. Yeah, you can also try different methods for getting it to work.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Have you messed around with the new Vandal smuggler missions? They have side missions that involve collectibles and cargo, which are quite fun. Yeah, we've done that. We've messed around with the data run that pays out like $1 million. Not on a live stream. Well, no, actually, yeah, the first time we did it was on a live stream from like a week or two ago. Let me go ahead and claim this. Let's go ahead and get into the hauling side of things, because I don't feel like dealing with these NPCs.
Your insurance
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wake up. There we go. Alright. Let's get the cat out and do some stuff that's less likely to break. So I'm glad that it also worked that we were able to spawn back at the station by exiting the menus. That's why I did that, because I wanted to make sure we kept all of our stuff that we have here. And I probably should make an ammo run real quick. Maybe I'll do that. Is it going to bring up the cat now? Yeah. I'm going to see if maybe it persists. We're going to go get some ammo. I don't want to be caught in a position where I might need to shoot to get into a ship and I don't have the ammo to do it. Yeah, I think so. I think the caterpillar pirate wow, words. Yes, I do think the pirate cat is a pledge only. You have to complete the pirate swarm in multiplayer to unlock the token for it, and then you can pledge it on the store. At least back when I did it, back in like 2020. It's been a while. But when I saw the pirate cat, I knew I wanted that. It's really just the livery. It's just the black skin with the pirate logo and the tally marks on it. It's like all blacked out, which looks really cool. Alright, we're going to head up to, or down rather, to the conscientious objects. Buy a buttload of ammo for our kill shot and our LH-86. And then we will get on to the hauling. 4-5 best feature. Doors can be locked open.
Capsule now approaching station.
So,
Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
what do you, what about the C2 being locked open is going to make it any different than now? I'm curious to your thought process.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if it was just like a way to unlock a livery for the ship. But it is logged as an entirely different ship. Oh yeah, if that's what you mean, like locking the interior doors from having to stop before they open each time, then maybe, yeah, that makes sense. My brain was immediately going to... Okay. The cargo door. I was like, I don't think I'd want to lock that open, but it makes more sense thinking about the inner doors. Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. Here we go. We kill shot and LH-86 and we can get on. Hey, they're right next to each other. It's like it's meant to be. Wow. Why? Oh, wow. We actually barely have the funds for a good amount. So we'll do 30. It's alright, we're about to do some hauling missions. It's all good. And there we go. Perfect. That is all we need. Frame rates here are actually decent too. Usually in the Grand Barter area, it can get a little laggy. So I'm happy to see it's not as bad. It's still not like the best it could be, but it's not as bad. What the hell happened there? Okay, we're good there. Cool. Can I carry everything I just bought? I hope so. That'd be cool. Sweet. Even sweeter. Awesome. Back to the cat. Let's get out of here. Anyone have SE trade tools? 200K from the listed price. Just sold 17 SU Quantanium for about half what it quoted me. Which tool are you using? Are you using Galog or UEX Corp? I could link you both of those. Bought an M2, I thought about the A2, but so many people kill on site. Yeah. Yeah, the A2 usually draws some immediate hostile attention, just given what it's typically used for. Yeah, I guess the C2 has just never
Capsule now approaching
bothered
station.
me enough to really think
Stand
about
clear
those
of
doors.
disembarking passengers.
But I also don't really sprint everywhere, you know, full send all the time. Sometimes I'm just kind of doing like a regular movement and the doors open up pretty quickly when you're not full sprinting everywhere. But I get it. Some people live on the sprint key. I don't blame you for that. It's nice that there's an option to lock the doors open. These guys are always on high alert here. Alright, let's see if the cat stayed on the pad. And then we're going to stack some Link family contracts. Let's see if they gave us the junior ranks and such, or if we're still stuck with rookie. Come on, keep scrolling. There we go. Can't wait for transportation missions, Genesis Starliner style. Yeah, that would be cool. I would love that myself. And it didn't stay. Okay, so unlike some other hangars, I guess Levski still stores your stuff if you don't hop in and go. That's fine. We might randomly stop at some derelict ships and scrape up some sources or resources if we can, just in case we need it for any reason. So I am running a 3080 Ti, but I also run in DLSS at 50% for performance. I'll show you guys my graphic settings real quick. So in the PTU here, I'm on Vulkan. Full screen, no VSync, 50% DLSS for the most performance. On Transformer, everything's just on high instead of very high. 105 field of view. I hate camera shake and film grain and all that, so I turn all that off. Or motion blur, contrast. Or no, contrast is almost the same. Motion blur, sharpening, film grain, that's all off. I run pretty basic. There it is. And yeah, she's rocking the Erebus. So we'll get moving pretty quick. I think I figured out a way around the cat doors kind of breaking too. You know, like the way they don't want to open for you. I think it has to do with the switch control state inside, because I can actually fix one that's broken. I haven't gotten a whole lot of time to mess with it, but these switches here on the actual cargo doors will get stuck in either a closed or open state if you're using like the ship main open all, close all. And that can actually kind of break the doors, but you can sort of unbreak it if you open them and then reset the switches and then close it properly. It'll work. All right, so while we're over here, we're going... Wow, that is not how the max lift is supposed to look. Okay, let's place it and see what happens. Okay, it came back. We're going to store some of this stuff here. Side. And why not? It'll look weird, but we can also store one of these right here. Cool. Alright. We also got a rack up in the command pod, so we'll do that as well. Is there a way to open that cargo door flush with the inside cargo deck instead of lowering down below the ship? Read that again. Is there a way to open the cat cargo doors flush with the inside cargo deck instead of... Oh, like the halfway point like they used to be? Unfortunately, no. Somebody explained it to me a while back in a way that actually kind of made sense. There are no doors... like elevator doors or anything in Star Citizen, from what I know, that have any more than an opened and closed state. So there isn't a way for them to currently make it to where the Caterpillar has like a half open state or a medium state to the door. So I don't know if maybe they could code it to where there's 2 opened and closed states. The first fully open state is to the half point, and then like there might be a second switch that would go like that's closed and fully open would be to the floor. That's probably way too complicated and would break more things than it fixes. But yeah, that's what I was told, that the cat doors can't have a middle state with their current coding because there is no partial open state in any door in the game. It was something they'd have to like do from scratch. I mean, why are we like crouched right now? What is... You see that? Okay, there we go. Jeez. That was annoying. Alright. Do I really need to store anything else though? I think I just keep everything else that's on me for now. I'll leave the rest down in the where the elevator is. Alright, let's go back up. First off, interstellar contracts. There they are. Ling family hauling. Levski to Tisa in one go. And then we've got a partial, probably. Yeah, Levski and Bygini to New Babbage. Alright. So we'll pick up everything from here, except that partial here. We're going to treat the missions individually, too, so that way we don't get any confusion. And I guess we could actually just do it from here. Versus using the external freight elevators. Okay, so this should work because nothing's been opened yet. So we'll hit that. And that. Luminalia Golem skins? Interesting, I'll have to check those out. How long should I wait before rehailing cargo? What, still trying to get the same box? Just wait long enough for them to finish whatever vocal ATC, whatever voice acting needs to happen. Because if it doesn't say, okay, we got a deck assignment for you, then you need to hit it again. But sometimes it does after they repeat themselves or after they say that. So don't get too impatient with it. Also, make sure you're not on a slammed server. If you're on a server with like 600 people and you're going to Everest Harbor, you're going to have a bad time. That's unfortunately just the reality of the situation. Okay. I'm just going to move that over and bring that up first because I don't want to deal with confusion of location drop-off at the end because they are coded to different places. So this is for one mission. And I still have it in my backpack, so let's put it on our person. Here we go. There we are. Yeah, wow, we're real choppy right now. Is that why? Because we have a Perseus in the hangar with us? The overlapping hangar stuff, man. I can't wait till that's done. Yeah, while there's other ships around you like this, you will have some frame rate problems. It's not the best until they get out of your hangar space or the... Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Alright, put those together. Last one. And then we'll bring up the other mission. Simplifies the process a little bit. There we go. Percy Pillar. I like that. That's funny. Where are you, Luck? What station are you at? I think Holy hauling should really be at the master level. At least as it current stands. But I feel like they need... Kovalex needs a rework, honestly. I think that needs to happen first. Because right now, with Kovalex, senior and master rank are basically all Lagrange point to station. Like, there's no whole C missions. So there wouldn't be any whole... you know, D, E, or any of those. You could do whole B, because you could go inside to a hangar. But I think Kovalex needs a rework. We need to be able to do whole C stuff, or not just Kovalex missions, but the actual Lagrange point stations in Stanton. They need cargo stations. Honestly, that would be a huge fix. That and the ability to share rep with friends would be nice, like you can with Redwind. That's, The grind can be painful. But as it stands right now, I think there's only 2 senior contracts you could even use the whole C for. And right now they don't really work. They keep breaking because it's a triple drop-off or a triple pickup. And it's not very reliable. But, you know, all that aside, if there was to be something for the whole D&E, I would expect those contracts to be at the experienced and up for sure, but maybe even senior or master. For the quantities to be at the sizes that you would need for that ship. What do you guys think, though? I saw somebody say experienced. Here we go. Because you do have different sets of missions now that, even though it might be member rank, they have, like, small cargo drops, but then they also have some that are large cargo drops. But they might be the same mission class, and they're tailoring to different ships. That way you have a mission that's like 20 SEU, so a smaller ship can do it, but still get the same member rank because maybe it's more important cargo, or maybe at some point there's like a time factor, like rushed cargo or volatile cargo. I kind of think about like American Truck Simulator. You have a lot of perks you can add to doing like chemical cargo, high value cargo, rushed cargo, all kinds of reasons to maybe have higher ranking status, but be able to tailor it to small, medium, and large ships. So there's a lot they could do, and I really hope that Kovalex, Redwind, and Ling are all getting that sort of love. At least from the hauling perspective. Some real space trucking. You still going to Terra, Lucky? I didn't know there were any missions still at Terra. They said they want to do another pass of the cat to attempt to make it so you can open it halfway, but it likely won't be till after the Kraken since it's a technical nightmare. Yeah, and I mean, they're probably going to have to do a lot of background stuff to get that to work properly. I hope we get some cat updates, you know, in the next year. Maybe as the Ironclad comes out, they'll be able to introduce some changes that carry over to the Caterpillar, because they're definitely figuring some stuff out. But it's still a great ship. I love this thing. It could use some TLC for sure. There's a Connie on top of us now. Connie Pillar. That's funny. I'm just glad that at least if you don't drop it or mess it up, you can interact with cargo inside of the cat now, which has always been kind of a sticking point. Getting used to functioning with like these. Okay, we're just gonna let that grid. You got a little choppy, like seizure-prone shadows and everything that you get in Levski. All right, almost there. Kind of just throwing these in so we can get moving. I really hope we actually unlock some junior stuff. So we should get to junior rank after these 2 missions complete, because it doesn't take long to get through rookie at all. And we'll see what becomes available to us. And then maybe mess with some Redwind. But yeah, as long so these switches, guys, that's what I was talking about. So right now it's actually in the proper position. It's enclosed. But if all your doors are closed and you use your ship to open all, this will actually say open. So if this switch gets its like patterns mixed up, it might be in a closed state while it's closed, but you can't interact with it, or an open state. It gets out of whack. It's really hard to explain it without kind of not making sense or sounding crazy, but I hope it vibes with you guys. If you notice your cat doors break, mess with this switch and see if you can get it to come back online, and then maybe we can figure out an easier way to explain it to get the doors to continue to work consistently. Hopefully maybe CIG can like make it to where these switches don't get bogged up. Oh wow, we just went some serious frames. Okay, they were back. Jeez, what is happening? Come on. Oi. Frame rates are tanking right now, and I don't know why. They're like sporadic. They're coming and going. Oh my gosh. Is it just me, or every time I try to dual drop off with missions with a whole C, it goes bad? No, there's plenty of people that have that problem. It depends. So I've had pretty good luck with multi-pickup and drop-off. Okay, so no, hang on. Let me say this in a way that is a bit less likely to get misunderstood. if you have a mission on the whole sea where you pick up from one place and drop off to 2, or pick up from 2 and drop off to 1, it's a lot more likely to break. Try to get point to point, but then you can stack missions. You can have like 2 or 3 point to points and not have an issue. When you're in the cargo grid trying to get those offloaded, you can hit the call button after you drop one off to trigger the next drop off or to trigger the next pickup. Just hit that ATC call button again for cargo loading. PTU is struggling at the moment, man. I don't really know what's going on, but we're hitting some lag fest at the moment. Let me try calling from the MFD because my stick button is not working. Come on. There it is. I've got double landing control options. Oh, one should be the actual cargo grid. That's why. What do I do if I accept the contract, but then the text is red? That's... I'm not sure what you're talking about. Usually the text is red when it's an abandoned contract. Are you sure that it's an active contract? Or did it move over to the abandoned pool? Because I did have one time where a mission jumped into the abandoned category as soon as I accepted it. It was really weird. It's been a while.
Landing gear up.
So Luminalia is basically the Versus version of Christmas, of the holidays. I have an interesting alarm on the ship, like a different kind of collision alarm. Alright. Probably because the part of that prowler or whatever is here in pieces. Let's get around this thing. Alright, our frame rate should smooth out a lot as we get away from Levski. We're going to go ahead and set our power pips and all too and get these squared away. We can get 4 pips back from our coolers. We don't need our tractor beam right now. That'll give us back 8, which is fantastic. Put that to engines. I don't want to go max just because I'm thinking about component wear and tear. Okay, we should be good. Let's go ahead and pump this out. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? We're going to go down to the... No, we don't. Jeez. My brain's everywhere. I almost thought I had to go to the cargo grid to get cargo. We have the cargo. Now we just got to go to Stanton. Oh... It's okay, it's okay. Stanton Gateway. It disappeared because we've got 2 T's for some reason. Now we got 2 A's. Oh my gosh. Click on the button. Alright. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. Okay. Here we go. Come on, baby girl. You got this. There we are. We've broken free. Yeah, now the frame rates feel glorious now we've gotten out of Levski. This is so much better. Alright, let's get caught up on the chat here. You just pick up a quest and it's red. See, that's interesting. Yeah, I've only seen the red text when it's like registering as an abandoned mission. My guess would be that you have to abandon it, like Passy's saying. Is that in live that you're seeing that, or the PTU? I'd imagine live, but let me know. It's the jolly shit. Yeah, I like that. Well, the RSI org page has hundreds of entries to look through. I did not see a search function. Does your org page have a hot link? So yeah, you can find the link to our org in the description of the videos. Should also be in the description of this live stream, but if not, check out my YouTube videos. You'll find the link to the OLISAR group Discord. Don't click on the Deadweight Gaming one unless you want to join that one too for like Battlefield and other random games. The STAR-CYWL one is the OLISAR group Discord link. That'll get you over there. Love the work you do. You got me into hauling, and now I can't stop. Let me say the member grind is insane. Yeah, the member grind is the most tedious one. You just gotta grind through it, buddy. Lots of hauling guides to help with that. Plenty of haulers out there too, like SE haulers too. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. It was live. Okay, yeah. I'll keep my eyes open for weird mission bugs. I've only seen the red text thing once, but for me, it jumped from an accepted mission straight over to an abandoned mission. Like, it just skipped the process. It was really weird. So it doesn't sound like the same thing you guys are going through. But my guess is that, yeah, you would just have to abandon it, which sucks. Make sure I don't crash anything as we're coming in here. Hang on, any of these ships? Oh no, some of these guys are jumping through. I'm not going to assume they're derelict. Getting some frame rate stutter again. Get ready to slow down as we're coming up to the wormhole. Hopefully we can get through this time. We're going to SCM brake. Pump power to engines and shields. Okay. The alarm sounds different in the cat now. You guys hear that? It's like a single tone that's like meh, meh, like really rhythmic. I've never heard that before. That's new. So they're doing some different stuff. I wonder if that's in all the ships or if that's just a Caterpillar thing. Because I have not heard that sound until today. Alright. Charging up. It's already open, so we should just get pulled in. There it is. Are you on one of the 240-ish K point-to-point experience missions, Passy? If you haven't yet, try flying away from the station about 10 kilometers until it says it's revoking your box, and then fly back to the station toward the edge of it and call a new one. But wait till you get to like the edge of the cargo grid, like farthest away from the residential areas, farthest away from the hangars, and then try calling a box out there and see if you have any better luck. I know it can be a little tedious to have to fly away, but if you leave the station armistice zone, it'll revoke a buggy cargo grid you have so you can come back in and call a new one. That's one of my methods. If it's a positioning problem, like it's not registering that you're still, make sure you're coupled, and when you think you're stopped, give your stick or your throttle a little wiggle input or like a forward or back input to make sure your ship actually fully stops, because sometimes you'll have a little bit of drift even when you're coupled. Even if you're using space brake, all the above, you might still have a tiny bit of drift. It can be a pain to battle through all the fixes and issues that come with it. Alright, yeah, I think we actually made it into Stanton on our first try, so that's a bonus. We need to go... Let's hit by Genie first to pick up some more stuff, and then we'll go to Everest and Babbage to drop. Because we have a partial pickup that we need to grab from Bygenie, if I remember correctly. Whoop, come on. There we go, we're back. I will probably track that mission next just to verify. I'm fairly certain we do, though. Here we go. Alright, let's double check the missions. Yeah, this one, yep, Bygenie to New Babbage. So we'll track that. We'll pick up from Bygenie, then we'll head over to Lorville to drop this whole other load at Tisa Spaceport. And then we'll go from Lorville to New Babbage. That'll be our route to knock these both out. And I think... Oh. We're already junior rank. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that's... Damn, that's lame. That means... that there still isn't anything more than rookie level on Ling Hauling. Oh, bummer. Damn, talk about a buzzkill. I didn't realize that I actually had technically gotten into junior rank. See, it pays to pay attention to what your rep is. Well, we'll get these drop-offs done. We'll commit to what we're doing, and then we'll head into Pyro and look at the Red Wind stuff. Hey, Dewig, my ATC still isn't registering after buying commodities. Isn't responding to my hails at all. Did you send it to your whole C? I forgot you're doing trade routes. It's different than missions. When you... So... Shoot. Hang on. I know it's probably not the most efficient thing for me to try to recall everything while we're chatting here. Let me see. I swear I did a video. That's what it is. You got to send the commodities to the whole C from the admin terminal. Let me see. I don't remember if I did a YouTube video on it or if it was just a live stream, but I did this a while back. Yeah, no, you got to send it to the whole C. So that should be an easy fix then. So, damn, I don't know how to correct it if you've already sent it to the station though. No, so when you're trading in the whole C, when you're picking up, you got to select where the drop is going to. You got to choose the whole C. So it'll auto load your whole C or give you the option, which is then when you go to the cargo grid and call it. I didn't realize that was a problem. Sorry, man. Yeah, that's the whole issue. Okay, I forgot you were doing the trade route. My brain was in Kovalek's mission status. Yeah, so for anybody who does trade or wants to get into doing trade, when you do the order or you call the work order from the admin terminal wherever you're at, you got to make sure on the left drop menu that you choose the whole C as the place that you're going to put it. Then you can get into your whole C and go call the cargo from the cargo center. Sorry for not giving that detail there. That's not something I normally do, so it went right over my head. But if you do that on future loads, it should work with no issue at all. But that would explain a lot. That would definitely explain a lot there. For me, the most reliable method from your video was the leave the seat. Yeah, the seat check helps me. That's probably like 9 times out of 10 if I'm having a problem, the seat check is what it is versus needing to call a new box. So it's always good if you're in the cargo grid and it just says that you're not still, just once you make sure you are, just hop out of that seat and that should fix it. Well, you could go to the external and load the whole C from there for this one time. Yeah, did you do a full load like 4608, like 144 32s? Woo! That would be rough. So for the fastest way to get hauling rep, stacking is part of it, but don't waste your time on rep below your current level. Like if you're trying to get through member rank, don't pick up any junior stuff. If your goal is to make money, pick up whatever you want. If your goal is to get through the rep quicker, don't pick anything below your rank because the experience you gain is nerfed to hell. It'll be like negligible. You won't really get anything for it. The fastest ways to get through like the member side is to stack those planetary missions. And on my YouTube channel, under the hauling guides, I have several videos and different ships of how to get through the members as fast as you can. At least on the Kovalek's front, I haven't even finished the member grind on Redwind, so I'm still trying to figure that out myself. After we drop these off, we're going to zip over to Redwind and look at a few missions, and I'll show you some things that I know to avoid, like the wildlife habitats and the multiple pickup drop-off stuff. But for the most part, you just want to stick to efficient routes. Like if you know you have repeatable routes, which is why I made the videos on them for the planetary stuff. You go from Everest Harbor to like the 4 same places. You do that, like you loop it 4 times, you're through member and you're on to experienced and bigger and better things. Rookie and junior, you can pretty much melt through quick as hell just by running a couple of missions. The rep is pretty quick. Members, when it really starts to slow down. Once you're inexperienced, you're making the most money you can with like whole seaside ships, so I don't really care at that point. You'll kind of just get to senior and master passively over time. Yo, Void, what's up? New Tesla vid? One of those will come out as soon as I got talkative customers that geek out about self-driving cars. Those are basically as demand allows. There's no schedule anymore for those. Microtech 7 missions from Tressler to 3 places on Microtech. Yep, there you go. That's a good one. I've always done... where are we going? By Genie, that's right. I've always done it over at Everest. Just mostly out of habit. Not that it's better than Tressler. I think that Tressler and Everest to Hurston and Microtech are pretty much the same. The missions usually run between 90 and 99k per, so you're also making a lot of money too. There we go, there it is. Yeah, if you run the planetary route that I do, you can knock out 5 contracts in just under an hour, making about 500K in the process. You can also add in a couple more contracts, and a little bit over an hour, you can complete 6, 7, I think up to maybe 8 at the most. 8 contracts on the planetary side around Hurston for me. Whether I was in the Raft or the Caterpillar, it would kind of average out to about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. The Caterpillar was great for it too, because with all the different segments you had, you could break it down by the place, because you have Casio, Farnsworth, Futurama, Casio, Farnsway, Sakura, and Tisa. So with those 4 areas, you could just put the mission stacks in those cabinets, which I love using the Caterpillar for that. It's just perfect. It's like it's built for it. All right. I can't wait to see what upper ranks of these interstellar missions pay, because these are already around 100K plus. All right, here are the elevators. Came in a little fast. We'll just correct and boost down here. Line up kind of right in front of it. Should keep you out of trouble with the mall cops. You know what I mean? The parking police. So here we go. Yeah, the proximity warning indicator has a secondary chime now. Like, we just heard the normal one, but there's like an undertone of beeping as well. I wonder if that's part of engineering. Am I against the station? Oh, my winglet is. All right. I was like, damn, am I really that close? Yep. All right, a little too close. A little too close. It's all right. We'll hold right here. This is where I'll kick in my park and brake. And actually, it's always a good idea to make sure your shield's up when you're going to be parked at these places. Granted, you know, technically you're in armistice zones and all, but ships can still fire their weapons, and relying on the station to protect you might not always be the smartest method, because you never know. Just going to throw a little bit more power into shields. There we go. That should be fine. Yeah, I've got a couple of C2 now in the live build because of the Raylan loaner, but I do love my cat. All right, so yeah, this is the bay where the stuff's going. Ah, see, it's busted. So we're gonna do a little test. I can fix it. Let's see. Not from here. I have to open the doors from the outside first, and then mess with the switches. So that switch got messed up. Interesting. So you don't have to call the station for these, Gunner. You just pull up and interact with the terminal like you would your own cargo hangar, or your own hangar elevator inside the places where we normally land. So no method needed to actually call the station. You just head over to this little platform to do it. But, whoop, wait a minute. I need to hit this real quick. So let's see why it was doing that. Weird. We'll do a little test. I'm going to see if that'll actually let me open it from the outside now. So maybe I was just crazy. I'm going to close this side up because I hate leaving these doors open. It's already a little weird enough when you're flying right over it. Okay. Where'd the gravity go? It's supposed to have some gravity kick in right here. There it is. See, it's already in an open state, so I got to tag it again. Now it's in a closed state. Then I tag it again, and it will actually trigger the door to close. That is one of the things that was... Wow, we launched up. That was one of the things that was causing problems, because you got to do a double tap to start closing them. Okay, cool. I just had to run over it. That's cool. Taking extra time just because I want to have these doors closed. I don't like being so exposed. And up here to the bow, which it is... Where is it? There it is. So this should allow the doors to function properly again. Close. Whoop. Alright, well, I guess we're already out here. Let's see. Did I fix it? Yes! It's fixed. Alright, the button works again. Okay, cool. So that one I just forgot to tag the switch to close it. Because this one's in open. Yeah, so it's got to show closed, and then it'll work again. So I hope you guys, you can try that out too. Oh, I forgot the main elevator down here was open as well. Let's fix that. Retract. All right. And this is the one we want. That only took so long because I was intentionally testing out my little theory there. But yeah, we got that door working again, which is cool. So they're not actually broken. They're just like in a weird toggle confusion state. What are some of the best medium haulers in your opinion for solo players? The Raft is absolutely the king. If your focus is really solely hauling. Now, if you want something that's more of a multi-role daily driver, the Corsair and the Taurus come into play. The Taurus beats the Corsair because of the ship's tractor beam and the actual griddable storage being more useful than the ungridded side that you can get out of the Corsair. You can stack a lot more in the Corsair than it says you can. 96 is not your limit, but it is your gridded limit. So you're going to be working with some jank. You know, if you're a Drake person at heart, that's no problem. You can make it happen. But the Taurus having the ship's tractor beam is a huge selling point because that tractor beam is incredible. Also, it will have more armor. The Taurus and the Andromeda are going to have insane armor in 4.5. So having more defense, the Taurus also wins in that category. Here, let's actually zip ourselves into the proper bay here. There we go. I'm glad that they fixed the cargo elevators. We don't have the sideways doors anymore. They're positioned properly again. Also, I really dig the tarnished boxes. I don't know if you guys have really gotten a whole lot of time to see these, but they've really added some character to these. Scrapes and marks from all of us throwing them around, banging them around. They got a little bit more character now. I'm really digging that. Whoa, okay. That's a bit more intense than I expected. Come on. Here we are. Let's rotate that. Little blue grid boxes aren't showing up, but at least the boxes are still behaving like they're supposed to for the most part. Jeez, that thing rubber bands like crazy. Oh, Asgard is actually another good contender. That's a fair point. So like the Corsair, it doesn't have a ship's tractor beam, but it can stack 4 SCU high. Granted, I don't know how many of you guys still do that or done it recently. It has had the problem in the past of those upper boxes. Like if you got an 8 stacked on top of another 8, that 8 against the roof or the ceiling of the Asgard's cargo bay could sometimes get stuck and you'd have to like ram other boxes into it to knock it over. I don't know if they kind of smoothed that out or if that's still something that Asgard mains just kind of deal with. But it is a fantastic ship. It's kind of in between the Taurus and the Raft as far as it being a bit more cargo friendly than weapons friendly. Granted, 6 size 3 guns is good. Don't get me wrong. It's not Connie Corsair good, but it's good. And it's got 16 size 3 missiles. So that missile as well, the missile pod, is better than it used to be. It's not as fragile. So the Asgard, yeah, daily driver, very much a contender. Stepping up a category, I probably would add the Starfarer to a pretty good daily as well, but that's like with Caterpillar C2 status more than medium haulers. If you're purely in the hauling world though, the Raft is probably your best bet. The tractor turret is insanely useful. The ship is able to take advantage of size 2 Hemera quantum drives, which are amazing and fast. It doesn't have firepower worth a shit, but it's tough. It's hard to take down a Raft because pretty much everything else on the ship will break before somebody's going to be able to kill you. So it's resilient as hell. You're able to get out of a lot of sticky situations. All right, we got to go to Lorville for this first drop-off. Oh, okay, we came back. We were a little frozen there. I got a little worried. There's that alarm sound again. It's so faint, but so different than what we're used to that it stands out like a sore thumb. Really wish the area that the troop transport was in turned into a med bed. That'd be interesting. Like a med variant of the Valkyrie Asgard. Speaking of medical ships, I've gotten a lot of time lately on the Apollo with my Orgmate Devil Dog. That thing is awesome, dude. The Apollo is really cool. It's basically been the lifeblood of larger events, just allowing us to respawn, holding on to supplies with like a 2SU canister full of ammo and meds and all. It kept us moving on Tuesday when we were trying to take on Stormbreaker event. Crazy cool ship. Asgard's a bit more mobile, but also quite a bit more fragile. So you have trade-offs than the Connie or the Corsair. The Connie, man, it still moves. I know people complain about how sluggish they feel, but if you know what you're doing and you can mitigate your boost, that Connie it'll turn. It's a threat. I think the Corsair is actually a little bit more sluggish than the Connie. But yeah, I mean, I still, if you want like the ultimate balance of weapons and cargo, the Taurus really can't be touched with what's currently in the game. You're always going to make little sacrifices going to different ships, but sometimes you just enjoy those ships more. Some people just love the Asgard more. It's an awesome ship. I don't blame you. Some people like the Corsair more. I'm pretty biased to Drake design myself. The Taurus is one of the ships that I have the most time with. So I've got a lot of love for, you know, the many years I've spent flying it. It's a great ship. The Apollo chassis would also make an incredible generalist ship similar to the Cripple. Yeah, that would be really cool. I look forward to seeing more generalist type of ships coming out. So my streaming schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You'll see it in all of my YouTube videos as well. If you ever need a reminder, it's also on Twitch. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday from about noon to 1500 Eastern time. That is generally the time I set aside, about 3 hours. Sometimes I'll run a little over, like maybe 1530, 1600 at the absolute latest, because we got other stuff we got to do around the house. But yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern US till about 15 to 1600 if I stretch it out a bit. Yeah, so the Taurus just gets better if you do have an extra person with you. You really don't need 3. 1 extra person is incredible because you can have them like in your man turret, but it's very much a solo ship. Yeah. Yeah, you can solo the Taurus, you can solo the Corsair really well. You're just going to have to keep in mind to be prepared going into 4 or 5. Always make sure you have like maybe 5 to 10 fuses on you. Have a fire extinguisher with you if your ship doesn't come with it kind of built in. Like the Caterpillar here, I looked around the ship a couple of times. There are no built-in fire extinguisher modules on the Caterpillar. So you're going to need to bring your own. A lot of ships do, though. Even like the Starfarer, when I was messing around with it, I noticed I couldn't interact with it because I had the Starfarer in 4.5 or 4.4, sorry. But it had the fire extinguisher sections. I haven't seen them in the Caterpillar at all. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But you want to make sure you have fire extinguisher. Make sure you have your handheld or your SRT salvage tool for repair. And if you can, spend maybe your first day or two in the verse actually going and filling up some empty canisters of RMC. That way you can actually do the repair stuff. But as long as you have that equipment on you, there's no reason to be scared of flying even Caterpillars, Whole Seas, Carracks. Should be a little bit smarter about whether or not you bulldoze into combat or how reckless you might be with your ship. But I've had no problem soloing these vessels. Drake doesn't believe in fire extinguishers. Basically, yeah, that's how it seems. There are a couple on the Corsair, though, at least. It's one of their newer ships, so it makes sense. Alright, there's our landing.
Landing gear down.
Let's get that velocity indicator where we want it. We go touchdown and drop these off. This is the one. This should be Bay 2's load. Yeah. Because Bay 1 has the stuff we also picked up from Baijini. So this should all be from Bay 2. That way we don't have to worry about thinking about it. We can just throw it all out of the ship and we're good. I might actually throw it out of port side instead of angling my ship all funny to offload it from starboard. Alright, let's bring that velocity down a bit. She's real long, so we gotta kind of angle forward a bit as we're coming in.
Warning, you are leaving the safe zone.
Here we go. Very nice. Get the random camera jostle for no reason. I didn't mean to tap on the coupled button. Cool.
Landing complete.
Right on. Let's go ahead and get this offload done so we can try to zip over to Redwind before we run out of time. Yeah, I think Drake is very much one of those operate at your own risk kind of lifestyles. But I've always loved Drake design. I will always love this Caterpillar, even as crazy as she might get. All right, grabbing on that ladder for no reason. Oh my goodness! All right, fine. We'll just open it from up here. Fine. You want to be painful? Want to be annoying? That's starboard side. We need port side. There we go. Open. There it is. I'm trying to talk good about you, Caterpillar. All right. Wait a minute. Yeah, this is the right one. Bay 2. I was like, hang on. I'm going to get ahead of myself here. I don't often dump boxes off of port side, but it really isn't bad. I've kind of been messing with it more since you can actually fit even 32s through the catwalk area. So instead of angling to throw everything back off starboard, this has been pretty solid too. Throw all this in here. Sometimes if I need to, I'll just let that grid so I can get it past the staircase and apparently grab onto the staircase. Cool. I almost wish you had to hit a button to grab the stairs sometimes, or the ladders. I said staircase. Jesus. Ladder. My gosh. I think you guys know what I mean. But yeah, I kind of wish, what do you guys think? Sometimes I really wish I had to actually hit a button to interact with it, like the F key, to like climb ladder. Because the auto ladder grab will drive me nuts. It's like, that's not what I wanted to do, damn it. The orange HUD on Drake ships always feels weird to me. Oh, really? Yeah, it's never really stood out to me. I guess I've been used to it over the years. Some of the Drake ships, though... Am I crazy? Aren't some of them green? Some of them are orange, some of them are green. Or were they green in the past, now they're orange? I know Argo's very orange. I know that my Caterpillars, for the most part, I think everything's orange. I swear that I've seen green. And again, I fly a lot of different ships, so I could just be confusing myself. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and hit the submit on this. Jordan Tire, what's up? Let me get caught up on the chat here. Out of curiosity, how excited are you for the Ironclad? I'm so looking forward to it, mostly because of the... Yeah, I'm super excited. I know you can't see it right now. There we go. Green across the board. My background of my two monitors is the Drake Ironclad. I have it spread out over these two. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up real fast for you guys. I don't remember where I had put it. Is it just under my STAR-CITIZEN tab? Possibly. Possibly not. Captures. In here? I won't spend too much time looking for this. I always tend to lose them. I've got so many pictures I need to go through. Screenshot Citizen, man. Too many, too many. Ships. Caterpillar, Hull Sea Taurus. Yeah, no, I don't know where the heck I would have put these. Screenshots, maybe? Nope. That's not it. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I have a lot of the amount of time that I want to look for it. But yeah, I'm super excited for the Ironclad. I'm waiting for that. I plan to load it up with golems and probably my wolf, maybe a vulture, golem oxes. I don't know. Just go crazy with it. Maybe throw salvation on there. Spend all my time out in the ironclad. Never return to civilization. I'm really excited for it. That is a ship that'll be really great for doing a lot of the senior and master rank contracts, because you'll be able to stack those and just fill the ironclad up with it. Like, sure, it's not going to be the most time efficient way to haul, but in a lot of ways, I don't really care about that. I just enjoy the actual hauling career, so I won't mind like bouncing around different Lagrange points and just stacking those missions into the ironclad and then visiting the external freight elevators to drop it off. I think that'll be really cool.
Landing gear up.
Cargo thing is bugged again. Can't get a cargo box. I don't know. Live troubleshooting that, Lucky, is tough, man. I don't really know what might be going on or causing it. You're still trying to do the trade route stuff, right? I've not tried any trade routing stuff in 4.4 or 4.5. It's not something I really enjoy doing personally. No, the ironclad won't get auto load like the Hull C. The only ships that will, as far as we know so far, are the D and the E. Ironclad is going to be either all manual from the external freight elevators, or it'll be the same kind of traditional auto loading that we get from trade routes. They may make changes to how that feature works, like maybe it just taking longer or costing money for some sort of background NPC to auto load your ship. But it won't get the auto loading grid that the Hull C has. Not even the Hull A has it, or the Raft, or the Golem Ox, any of the external ships. I don't think the Hull B is going to have it. I think the Hull B and the Hull A are going to be hangar loads only. Well, the Hull A is, but I think the Hull B is going to be similar. I'd be really surprised if the Hull B gets auto load, honestly. If the Hull B gets it, hopefully they change it to where the Hull A also gets it. Okay, New Babbage. That's where we got to run next to drop off this other Ling contract. I'm really bummed that we don't have anything higher than Rookie still. If you guys missed that before, the Ling family in 4.5 is still limited to Rookie level contracts. There's no junior member or anything higher, unfortunately. So don't worry too much about trying to grind that too hard. Or, I mean, feel free to if you just want to. It's still good money, but it's going to take forever to rank up if all you can do is rookie level. Let's see, as an example, we were barely ticked over into junior with that last mission. It doesn't look like it moved. It went up by like maybe 0.5 millimeter. Very tiny amount. Like the amount of missions you'll have to do to get this through junior to member, you're gonna be spending some time with the Ling family. I think in Stanton there might be one mission that you have to pick up from one place and take over to Pyro, which is this one. Yeah, this is the one that we got interrupted with last time because sometimes they're at OLPs. Rayari, Deltana Research Post, Terra Mills, and these all go into Pyro, which is kind of a cool way to transition, I guess, and a very small cargo amount. You can pretty much do almost any ship with this. It's a total of what? 3, 7, 8 SCU of cargo for 222k. So there's incentive there if you guys want to do interstellar hauling just to make some money and passively get rep over time if you're not really trying to rep grind. Because I honestly think you'll be stressing yourself out rep grinding on the Ling family. It'll come in time. But yeah, that's a tiny amount of cargo for a whole lot of money, but you're going to a lot of places. The drop-off should all be the same. It should all be countered view, which is nice, but you're picking up from 4 different locations in Stanton. No, Nix is a lawful system. The security system isn't fully implemented in Nix yet, so it's kind of all talk right now, but like Stanton, Nix is going to have its own security force and laws. It's not totally lawless like Pyro, but it's not governed by the UEE Navy or anything, or the United Empire of Earth, or the conglomerate planets that are involved. Nix is definitely their own breakaway civilization. It's crazy the Golem was Drake instead of an Argo ship. Yeah, it kind of has... It's like Argo saw the Drake mule and made a ship, but Drake did it first. Or like they stole each other's plans or something. I hope to see more stuff from Argo soon, because I love Argo as well. Argo is the Drake with OSHA standards, as we've joked plenty of times. But I haven't really seen a whole lot from them. Like, they're doing a lot of little stuff. Like, you got the Argo Cargo, the MPUV, the Personnel, the ATLS. But I want more ships, you know? It doesn't sound like the devs really have any plans to make large haulers that'll compete with the D or E either. It sounds like the D and E are just going to be it. It's kind of a bummer. I would love to see Argo or RSI step into the ring with some massive haulers like that. Or at least something to compete in the whole C category. So Gunner, it kind of depends, because again, those ships have their strengths and differences. Yeah, I'd be curious, Void, to see what ships planned in 2026. So if you're really just going for the hauling, the Raft is the king. It edges out the Taurus a little bit. I think the Taurus is probably the best of all worlds out of that list, though. Damage, cargo, simple ease of use. Because I think the Freelancer, I've heard, or the Freelancer Max. I was thinking Starlancer. Starlancer compares, I think, more to the Taurus than the Freelancer Max. So yeah, I think the Taurus is the clear winner out of those as far as an all-around daily driver goes. No offense to anybody who loves the Freelancer series. Do you think I'm crazy for planning to use my Ironclad Assault as a daily driver? No, not at all. I plan to use my Ironclad Freight as my mothership / daily driver as well. Now, how much I can do with her is going to depend, because I'm not going to, like, take her into crazy combat scenarios by myself, because that's just asking for a whole mess of trouble. That's not going to be worth it. Yeah, that'd be cool, Void. I'd like to see something kind of Argo Raft size, but that can attach, kind of like you would expect the command pod for the Drake Caterpillar and the Ironclad. I want to see some more serious hauling ships. Like, the Caterpillars and such, they're cool, but they're kind of small in the world of Ironclads and Hull C's and stuff as far as capacity goes. There we go. Wait, it just went away. Okay, there it is. It's like, hold up. You gave me a hangar and then you took it away from me. What are you doing? Got some crazy wind, it seems, right now. Oh, not too bad. Our velocity indicator's not going too crazy.
Landing gear down.
There we go. Just kind of focusing in on this landing because Microtech can be a little touchy. Here we go. Come on, big girl. Let's get in here. I can feel it. I'm like fighting the wind right now. Come on. There we go. No, not too far back. Damn it, the wind blew us into the back of the hangar. Alright, we're good now. Yeah, I think that new sound is a proximity indicator. So we got two. We have like the one we're used to, and then we have like this background beep. What ship would you recommend to carry around Iraq and Atlas because, or just do ground mining? So one of the classics that people have used doing that already for the longest time has actually been the Cutlass Black. That's a great ship for that. Aside from that, the Asgard stands out again. The Asgard would also be a really great example, or a great choice. Why my tractor beam broke again? That's weird. Oh, okay. I guess we'll... Come on. We'll do port side elevator from up here. There we go. Nope. Wait, no. Yeah, I did the right one. Okay. Yo, Whiskey Pete. Watch the video where the Clipper crafting table pulls materials straight from the cargo grid below. That'd be interesting. I look forward to seeing how crafting changes things in the future. God damn it! Stop grabbing the freaking ladder! Oh! Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm remembering why I don't like offloading from port side. Seriously, give us an interaction for ladders. I don't want it to be automatic anymore. That's a horrible idea. And not park as far forward as I thought. Just have to really make sure I don't get too close to that ladder. Put that there, and then carry it off. Let's get this offloaded. Oh, frame rate's got a little weird on us. Okay. Oy, what is up with frame rates right now? My gosh. I don't know if it's a Vulkan thing or there's a lot of people here or it's just a PTU problem, but I'm having like some serious frame rate ticks where it's okay and then it's really bad. It's giving me some serious stutter. Hurry up and get these boxes out of the ship. I'm never cheaping out on boxes again. Manually unloading the whole sea right now. Oh boy. Wait. Okay, Lucky, so I think I figured out what your problem was. So you had cargo and then you couldn't call the grid, right? So that's the thing. I'm working with limited information. So you loaded everything properly. You got the work order in, then you went and you auto-loaded. Okay, so then you went to the new station to drop off, but you couldn't get a grid. Is that right? Because if that is, I know how to fix that. I know exactly what's wrong. Okay, so this is why I don't like doing trading. It's extremely tedious. When you get to the drop-off, you have to fly over to a pad, get out of your ship, go to admin, and then submit the order, and then go back to your ship, and then request the box to drop off the cargo. So you got to do everything you did to load in reverse order. So for the full whole C sequence for trading, arrive, go inside, set the work order to your ship, go back to your ship, load, head to the new destination, next to a pad, go inside again, set the work order to drop off the load, then go back to your ship, and then go offload. It's extremely tedious, man. It's extremely tedious. It's one of the reasons that I don't like doing trade. Because I make a lot more money just doing good old space trucking without all of the extra hassle of the trade route stuff. But that's why, buddy. That's what was happening. Sorry you're going through that. I thought you were still having problems with the pickup, not the drop-off. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It really is. But I guess once you're used to it and you got the routine down, then it's just kind of business as usual for the most part. But yeah, before pickup and before offload, you got to go into the admin and do the work order stuff for pickup and drop-off. Yo, Nari, I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and X, or Twitter. There's a pretty good community over there on Twitter as well as full streaming. So you'll find my streams on all three platforms under the same handle, CPT_Deadwake. All right, let's see. Can we interact? We can't. So if you're, if the MFDs aren't fixed by the time this goes live, if it freezes like this to where you can't really interact with anything, you just gotta move your mouse away and then go back in. Typically, when you go back in, it's working again. So there we go. We're green across the board, and that mission is done. Utter nonsense. Yeah. Would it work if you had a friend go to admin? I don't think so, because it's yours. But I'm not 100% sure. Well, Hazer, the handle for YouTube is still at Captain Deadwake, just like YouTube and Twitch. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Or I guess just to say, like, if you were using the search bar, maybe that's a better way to put it. Because if I go to my channel here, or even if you look underneath the name, let's see if I can see it on the stream. Oh, it's not going to show up because I'm not sharing my screen. But yeah, if you guys go to the YouTube channel, underneath Captain Deadwake, you're going to see at CPT_Deadwake. You're going to see both. You can, the URL, like the way it's typed out, is like this. if that went through. Yeah, there you go. So you can see how the URL looks. But that's what I meant with that. Let me close out of that. There we go. All right, we are on board again. Let's get up here. Let's head over to Pyro for some Redwind stuff while we're running. The inventory is giving me a hard time today. Even lost a couple of full LMGs. Oh, that sucks. That's not cool. Are you on the PTU as well? Is that what you're dealing with? This would all be like useless. Like, I do contracts, but I hate rep grinding. Well, yeah, I mean, if you enjoy the cargo loop, the way I've always gone through it, because I've done the grind of rep so many times in the PTU that it doesn't even really faze me anymore. Just because I've really locked into just making sure I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I don't really think about the grind too much. Granted, I also regularly use the whole C, so I'm not like trying to get to something that I've never done before, or like I'm really excited and I just want to get there yesterday. I can understand those who are, you know, wanting to hustle and get there as fast as they can, but if you just enjoy the journey, you know, enjoy the gameplay, enjoy the hauling, try not to think so much about how much rep you're getting permission and just have fun doing it, you know? That's probably the healthiest advice I can give. But yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, the rep grind can be painful, especially the member side. But eventually you're through it and you're good. I'll be going through all of it again in the PTU because I am back fresh with everybody, unfortunately. On live, oh man, so there's still a problem with the terminals and such. It sucks. Inventory issues. Has anyone ever told you that you look like Max Theroid? No, I've never heard that before. Not sure who that is. I'll have to check that out later. Back when I used to have really long hair, I got compared a lot to the character in The Walking Dead that people called to Jesus, which really threw me off because the first time somebody said that, they're like, you know, you look like Jesus? And I went, what? And they're like, The Walking Dead. And I'm like, all right, now I'm even more confused. I don't know what's going on. Oh, of course, I don't look like that anymore. That was back when I had hair, like, down past my shoulders. All right. So we're going to head to Pyro Gateway. And we're about 200k richer, so that's nice. Wait a minute. Okay, no, they both completed. Okay. Yeah, there they are. Sweet. Needing to zoom out to get to the nav map is kind of annoying. I really hope they're getting that squared away too before this goes live. Pyro Gateway, here we come. Definitely a big, like, frame stutter before you go back to your ship, too. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. While we're in Quantum to Pyro, I can catch up on any chats on any of this.
Is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
How much of a jump we got here? About 70 gigs. That won't take too long. Because we're rocking the Erebus Quantum Drive, baby. Full speed ahead.
Quantum drive is now
I don't need all this power to weapons. I don't know why it is. Well, I like salvage as much as hauling. Not really, actually. So the part of salvage that I enjoy the most is actually like sort of the treasure hunting aspect of it. Like finding player ships that are left out and maybe stumbling across really cool weapons or components that are hard to come by. There's a real satisfaction that comes to like scanning somebody's random clipper and you find out that it's got like military grade components or like high grade stealth components or NDB repeaters and you're like, oh, jackpot! And it becomes a lot more fun to pull all that off, and then I'll grab the salvation as well and I'll get all the RMC and then munch the ship down if it's small enough, because the salvation's limited to like medium and light fighters to actually break down the ship. But aside from that, was actually doing a really good job from the actual scraping aspect of it. I have not used the salvation in the PTU though, so I don't know if they actually went back to bespoke or if you can change out the modules, because I was running Trawler Abrade and I loved it. It was fantastic. It would munch down a Perseus really fast. I only had I think 2 salvation loads pretty much had me almost completely munching a Perseus. which is that's about 24 SCU of RMC. Brian Cry, that's funny. Yeah, buddy. Found an F8C loaded with NDBs last night. Yeah, see? That's so much fun when you come across a ship like that. And sometimes you might, like, maybe underestimate what you might find. I was out with Captain Kuza. He was in his reclaimer. I was in my C2 with my Salvation, so I could get, you know, RMC boxes, components, whatever. And I had just completely gone by a clipper that was out there. Didn't even think about it. And then Kuza comes up to it and scans it and goes, bro, this guy's got a JS series power plant, an XL1 quantum drive, NDBs. Like, the thing was loaded. Somebody put their clipper to the highest degree of military gear. And I was just like, oh shit, I didn't even think to scan it, dude. And he just starts laughing. There's so much out there that we don't even think to look at. It could just be a beat up old cutter, but they've got all military grade components on it. You're just like, holy shit, that's really cool. So I like that a lot. I do enjoy the actual salvage gameplay as well. I'll throw on some music, you know, have a drink or a snack with me, and then just kick on those lasers and just scrape away. And it is so nice. I think I have some footage I need to still upload of me having some fun in the Salvation in 4.4 before IAE was over. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe throw together a little bit of that salvage and recovery footage for you guys. It was a good time. That was fun. I did a bio break with the whole C, which was fully loaded. When I wanted to launch from a docking port, nothing happened. Then suddenly my ship disappeared. Oh, yeah. Undocking sometimes can be a real pain. You'll get repositioned. I've been repositioned several times while my ship starts going into quantum, and then it like forever runs away from me. That's how my whole C earned its name. That's happened far too many times to count. Yeah, docking mechanics still be a little weird. I've heard that docking is fixed in 4.5 for Levski. I've not tried it myself. I found out the hard way that it's still broken in 4.4 because I tried to dock my hammerhead. It was all jacked up. That just wasn't going to happen. Yo, Furin, what's up? So are the ships all messed up now that the engineering is in? No. I mean, my experience so far has been fantastic with engineering. I think it's a really big change that's got a lot of people sort of up in their feels a bit. But there's also probably no shortage of content creators that, to be blunt, are just bitching about it because it gets the views, it gets the clicks. I'm always going to be straight up with you guys about something. And if I don't know, I'm just going to tell you I don't know. But, you know, the things I like might not always vibe with what everybody else likes. But you can trust in authenticity, at least. I'm not going to feed you BS or try to fit a narrative or try to, like, blend in or use drama to get clicks or anything. For me, engineering's been fun. I actually really enjoyed the weapon change and the shield change before they went back to 4.4 stuff. I really liked the cannon focus and the changes to bullet velocities and everything. I thought it was so cool. And I liked that it actually mattered to use more of like precision aiming to hit components on medium and heavy fighters and bigger ships. Because you could really, I don't know, you could just get more nuanced into the combat. And that was right up my alley. But apparently that was breaking a lot of interactions with NPC ships. So they weren't really behaving properly. Which is the primary reason we went back to 4.4's damage and shield stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's in a pretty good state, in my opinion, for the most part. I want them to put more, not redundancy, what's the word I'm looking for? More consistency in the performance. Like, this has been a pretty decent stream. We've only had a couple of areas, like at New Babbage earlier, where my frame rates were kind of randomly going to shit. Ship stuff's been pretty cool. We got really screwed up in the lightning earlier. And that was an interesting experience. I was trying to wrangle in the MSR to get on board to steal it and take the fuses from it, but that didn't go well. It's been a fun time. It also doesn't help that all the tests going on are combat tests without anyone telling people that it will mainly affect ship combat, not most other game loops. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Draco, that's a really good point. So one way that might be a good way for everybody to think about this, hopefully this resonates, is just thinking about like the last time you got an oil change in your car, or maybe needing to check the tire pressure. You know, it's not stuff that's gonna be like super frequent, super crazy, always making you wonder, is my ship gonna randomly catch on fire? I mean, we've been chilling in the Caterpillar for the majority of this stream and we haven't had a single problem. We're just kind of doing normal drives, and my coolers are even at minimal power. I don't have them going crazy. Our engines have been up pretty high. Our wear and tear is essentially non-existent. Yeah, the only things with a little bit of wear are my weapons right now. Everything else is at 100%. I mean, maybe it's because she's Drake tough, you know what I mean? But it's been fun. It's been good. I do think you're going to want to be prepared. I said it earlier, but make sure you got maybe 5 to 10 fuses on you just in case. A couple of fire extinguishers, you know, a cambio rifle. There'll just be a little bit more stuff that you're going to think like, all right, before I go out, I should have these things. Like having your cruise smoothies, having some ammo, having a med gun, having a med pen, whatever. Like, that's going to be the part that I think a lot of us will adjust to. But the rest has been fine, really. Most videos I saw were small ship cargo videos claiming it was fine and not showing things like bounties and a Corsair. I wish I would have found those combat videos earlier. Yeah, combat is where it's going to get spicy. I've enjoyed how the combat feels. And let's just say you're going to want to be smart about knowing when you've bitten off more than you can chew and extending, maybe getting away, maybe doing some repairs before you go back in and keep fighting. Because once you actually lose a component, like a wing is blasted off or a thruster is blasted off, you can't just fix it. But if you've just taken some damage, you can essentially bring your ship back to perfect. You can bring it back from being red in certain areas to being combat ready again. You're just going to want to have some good instinct about when you're realizing that you're taking more damage than you need to deal with, and back off and maybe reassess. But yeah, combat comes with risks. Oh, dude, the Paladin is so much fun. I've been in the Paladin a couple of times with my buddy Devil Dog, and that thing is insane, dude. It's got so much armor as well, it can take a beating. Yeah, Paladin's big fun, especially if you're in there with a buddy. It's strong on its own, but when you got a friend, too, that can man that size 5 turret, crazy, crazy. Yeah, I fly Drake. Missing wings means nothing. Yeah. Yeah, the F8 wasn't like that. I lost a wing and a thruster, and she just wanted to corkscrew like crazy. Alright, we made it to Pyro. Looks like we made it in as somebody else is getting ready to jump out. Oh, that's trippy as hell. Alright, let's quickly get ourselves situated to another point, and then we'll look at missions. Loading, loading, loading. And we'll do a little jump this way. Now we'll pop into our missions and see what's up. I like bounties and was afraid that was going away solo. Yeah, bounties I think are tougher. I don't know. I'm planning to spend more time doing some bounties as well. It's see, we still got Ling family here. Do I need to break into Red Wind before it'll give me? Here, let's go to the nearest actual station and see if we can get a contract for Red Wind before we go anywhere else. Alright. So we just popped out at Stanton Gateway, so we should be pretty close to Megumi. I think we'll go to Megumi. Yeah, it's actually kind of the direction we're heading. So actually, Megumi Refueling is one of the places that has an outdoor cargo area too. Alright, let's break out of Quantum. And we'll get a little reset here. Per contract, doing my quantum route planning per contract, it's only about 250K. But with the way that I run it, I'm making like 2 million credits per hour. Using the quantum route planning method, just kind of bouncing around stations and making sure we're never deadheading, you know, going anywhere empty. You should be able to do even more than that in Pyro, which is why I do want to grind my rep up to experienced and higher, because apparently SC Haulers makes killing in Pyro. I can do between like 1.8 to 2.2 million an hour in Stanton with the whole sea experienced missions. And I'm utilizing basically all the experienced ones that allow me to keep looping. So it'll be anywhere from about 240K until on the lower end 160K or so per mission. But I'm doing so many of them subsequently that it adds up so fast. I really enjoy it. It keeps you moving. It's a fun way to go. Ended up getting the Vulcan and a Clipper instead of the Asgard because I rarely do space combat. Almost got a Shiv instead of the Clipper, but the Vulcan closes my industrial game loop. Yeah, there you go. The Shiv is fun. You know, I will say the Shiv is a really, really fun ship with a powerful arsenal of weapons. That is a great one. Yo, Hero, do you have a guide on how to escape from combat in a cargo ship? You know, actually, a specific guide on escaping I've not done. A couple of tips that I've always given, like when you pop out of quantum, never sit still. Always immediately get moving in any direction in excess of 500 meters a second. That is one thing. So even if you're quantum jumping around, you hit an orbital node, you hit any major popular station, get moving fast so that you make it hard for ships in SEM combat mode to catch you. Most ships can't do 500 meters per second in SEM. There are some that can, but not for a very long time. So you will extend and get away before they can get you close enough to do damage to you. So the biggest tip I can give anybody is just never sit still. Always be moving. Always be trying to get yourself up to a good speed that you make yourself a harder target. I can possibly do something like that, though. Maybe a tips guide on like how to just get out of bad situations. Maybe I'll kind of put myself in risky scenarios and see what's going on. Give tips and tricks on that. But I think it's honestly going to become a pretty simple thing, which is just try to be as smart as you can. And interesting, I'm not seeing any Redwind stuff pop up. There's Deadwind or Dead Saints, which I haven't messed with them yet. Rat's Nest to Grimhex, that's an interesting run. Construction Materials, Widow, Neon, damn. Interesting. Are the different tactics for NPCs versus player pirates escaping combat? No, I think both apply. I don't really ever have an issue with NPCs. I mean, they're kind of dumb. You can just basically boost away and quantum out. The problem with players is if they have something like a Mantis or an Interdictor ship that can actually quantum snare you. That's why I say to always keep moving, because if they snare you to where you can't go into nav, then you can become a sitting duck. So anytime somebody is trying to interdict, you've already messed up. You've put yourself on a predictable pathway to where you allowed yourself to get interdicted. So that's tip number one. Straight routes with valuable cargo that you just know pirates are going to be at, you got a dog leg. You can't just go point to point unless you're accepting the risk. Now, if you're trying to get through a wormhole where there's a pirate blockade, you might have to go the long way. Now that we have 3 systems, you have different ways to get to different areas. So you just got to play it smart, you know. You just common sense becomes really important. Some of the common sense for evading dangerous players and such might not be so common immediately. You got to kind of learn and ask questions and figure out what to do. But it really does boil down to kind of basic survival instincts, you know. Doglegging your travel where you'll do a partial jump to a random place and then to your main location just so you get out of that 20-kilometer interdiction net threat. And then maybe avoiding orbital maneuver nodes and using moons and other points of quantum to not stay or not be so predictable. There's quite a few ways. Let's see if we can head over to maybe Orbituary or Bloom. See if any contracts for Redwind pop up over there, or maybe Starlight. Starlight's pretty popular for Redwind. So I'm trying to brainstorm ways to get Redwind to open up because it's 1500, so we're kind of at our limit here. Oh, wake up, wake up. There we go. Yeah, it's one thing I actually plan to have some fun with my Hammerhead is to do protection at wormholes. Anti-pirate protection or cargo protection. So, if you guys ever see a friendly Hammerhead at a gateway with the white polar paint, you're probably looking at mine. If it flies up next to you but doesn't, you know, target or become hostile and it just looks like it's just guiding you, that'll be my Hammerhead. That'll be the OLISAR group providing escort around wormholes and jump systems. That's one of the things I want to do with it. That'll be a lot of fun. Just helping my fellow industrial players get through safely. The anchor. Yes, sir. Here's anchor. Yeah, that'll be part of the goal is to use the Hammerhead to use anchor for protection, you know, for security. think engineering is going to make pirates pick bigger, more profitable targets. Otherwise, it won't be worth it. Yeah, I think that's true. It might actually encourage people to be real pirates instead of just murder hobos. And I don't know. There's a certain mentality to player killers that are just in it for the murder. I mean, they're kind of just a plague in any game that you really can't get rid of. I think making prison sentences harsher would probably be a better way to deter that. Like, just 10x all prison sentences. Especially if you have, like, a repeated record for murder. I usually stop a gigameter away and repin it 9 times and I get straight to station point. Yeah, there are a lot of different tactics for different ways to evade, but all around the kind of the same method of just making yourself a harder target. Because unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of like artificial selection in a way, not really calling it natural selection. The players that are just maybe a little too lazy to dogleg or kind of throw caution to the wind, the pirates are going to get them. But I've never been pirated. Ever. Some of that comes down to just luck. A lot of it comes down to just not making myself an obvious target. I've been murder hoboed randomly, for sure. But I've never been properly pirated, like shooken down, like, hey, we've got you, pay up, or you're done. I've never been in that scenario. So, I guess my point in saying that is not to sound cool or anything. It's just to say it's not hard. It really isn't. A lot of the fear of being pirated is maybe just not knowing how easy it is to avoid them by just kind of avoiding the popular zones. So, I guess knowledge is power there. Excitement to finally get my squad on and staff my hammerhead. Hell yeah! I can't wait to do that too. That's one of the reasons I'm excited to be in an org that's growing, because there's just more people that are available. And, you know, sometimes it makes sense to be in multiple ships. Sometimes it's just fun to be together in one ship. Like crewing up an Idris or a Reclaimer or a Hammerhead. I love the idea of our guys getting together with like a crewed Reclaimer and a crewed Hammerhead as a duo. Just going out and doing aggressive salvage, getting bounties, intersect missions, whatever. And the Hammerhead's there for security as well as component retrieval, because the Hammerhead crew can hop out and help strip components out while the Reclaimer is actually doing the munching. There's so much fun to be had with that kind of stuff. That is so cool. I hope we don't get overwhelmed by murder hobos as it gets closer to live. They ruined Arc Raiders lately and it was super sad. Damn, really? I haven't heard about that yet. I've heard Arc Raiders has been a total blast from people. That's shitty. I've been interdicted once and it was Magnus Gateway and I just self-destructed the ship because I was running Kovalex. There you go. Yep. Hey, if you don't want to give it up, man, and you're just running a regular cargo mission that you didn't put your own money into, have some fun with it. You know, maybe like manipulate the pirates, make them think you're cooperating, and like they get close, but you've actually activated self-destruct. But I guess they probably would hear the warnings, wouldn't they? They'd probably hear the alarms. Arc Raiders went downhill. Oh man, that's super sad to hear. Damn. Hey, Jalen, yeah, I agree. Honestly, it's been fun throwing around a lot of crazy money to play with some ships and all, but with players just kind of freely getting billions and billions of AUEC, yeah, the Hammerhead, sorry, I was looking at the comment, the economy's shot to shit. They're going to have to do a reset. I know a money wipe is coming at some point, we just don't know when. I don't think it's going to be 4-5. It might be, but probably 4-6, 4-7. I'm sure we're going to end up getting a money wipe. I just hope we don't get a full ship reset too, because that would be a bummer. Because a majority of my ships are in-game bought. I'm not super pledge heavy. I've got a couple of essentials pledged, but my whole C and a lot of other things, they're in-game bought, so that would be super sad. Yo, Chinchilla, we are in the Caterpillar, my first love of Star Citizen. We're rocking the 2954 Best in Show livery on it as well. This is my first real cargo ship. I love the Cat. I love her to death. I've got a C2 as well, but the Cat just hits different, man. All right, let's see. Here we go. I think we got more hauling stuff, or more missions in general. We only got one hauling mission, though. It's still Citizens for Prosperity. Ugh. And still Ling family. What the hell, man? Where is Redwind? This is Redwind's place. This is where Redwind lives. Maybe I have to do... Maybe we just have to do the Citizens for Prosperity one first. Maybe that's what wakes up Redwind to our capabilities. It's not under delivery. That's Ling family. All right, we're going back to Stanton Gateway. This is going to be one of those days where we extend a little longer than planned just because we're getting the run around here. All right, so we'll head to Stanton Gateway to pick up. Now, if I'm correct, the gateways have not gotten the external freight elevator overhaul, which is shitty. So we'll see when we get here because we'll be able to look at it. We'll probably have to go into the hangar, unfortunately. Regrinding a master on Kovalex would make me cry. Well, I don't think we're going to be getting any rep resets. Yeah, Draco, I think we're good there. I mean, eventually, when 1.0 hits, everything's getting reset. So everything is temporary. That's one thing. Like, have all the fun you can, enjoy every bit of it, but know that it's fleeting, because eventually, when the mythical 1.0 release finally hits, we're supposed to get, like, a full reset to everyone back to ground zero. But that could be years away, for all we know. I'm pretty used to grinding the reps in the PTU. I was almost back to master with the 4.4 PTU, and I wasn't going to recopy, man. I wasn't going to reset my stuff, but then I got the L22 Wolf and the F8, and I really wanted to be able to use those ships in the PTU, so I did recopy, and I reset everything. So I don't have I don't have Kovalex rep at all right now. That's something I actually got to do again. But I've been more interested in trying out the Ling family and Redwind. All my main ships are lifetime insurance pledges, thankfully. There you go. That's good, at least. We'll get back to patch 99.99 before 1.0. Yeah, don't worry. That's fair. Even AOE stands for Alpha United Earth Credit. Yep. Yeah, so does that mean we're going to get BUEC at some point? Before it eventually is just UEC? Because I think the original, like the actual money is just going to be UEC. I had over 400 SU of ore in the Caterpillar. It was having trouble exiting a station. Any ideas on how to work around that? So yeah, the best thing you can do is boost when you're lifting off. Like hold your boost button as you're strafing up. That'll get you off the ground. She has some weak ventral thrusters. They're a little rough. Hammerhead's the only one you've bought in game. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be picking up anything heavy enough today in the cat to really weigh her down that much, but we will in future streams for sure. Because I don't actually have the C2 and the PTU. I only have my cat. And I do have a whole C right now because it is loaned to us all. I think everybody in the PTU currently has a whole C. Because I don't have one in game, but in this PTU I do, so that's awesome. But most of my hauling grind in the PTU is going to be out of the Caterpillar up until I either have my own whole C in game again, or maybe this one will stick around. That'd be cool. But we'll be doing a lot of cat testing. GTA 7 will be released before 1.0. Damn! Savage! That's great. Gotta head out. Have a great stream. Alright, Cap Marks. I might have missed you as you were leaving. Hope you have a good rest of your day, man. I only got some of the ships I want beyond the Pledge Salvation. I can't do rep because it's better for me to just not use my whole C, and I love the Flying Jones. Yeah. Up until you get to experience, kind of tough. Like, I use the whole C for Rookie and Junior quite easily because there's a lot of station-to-station stuff, like by Genie Everest and all that. But, yeah, once you get to Member, unless you do what my buddy and I did, where we use the Golem Oxes to load the whole C from the Lagrange point and then take the whole C to the stations. I'm still working on editing that video. It was like over 3 hours of footage, so it's taken a bit longer to finish, but I should hopefully have that out tomorrow. At least that's the goal, because I'm trying to condense like over 3 hours of recording down to like a 20-minute hauling video. Just because YouTube algorithm doesn't like the longer videos too much. Aside from the live streams, which, you know, we can be on for hours and it's cool. Would you, perchance, ever consider doing a mining stream? Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, I love the mining game. Mining game loop was actually the first one that I really got involved with. That's why one of my first pledged ships is actually the Mole. I enjoy mining quite a bit. I think I still have my Prospector, I've got my Mole, and I did upgrade my Golem to an Ox pledge-wise, so I'll probably go to Teach's and buy the mining Golem, the Teach's special one. Let's take a peek at the cargo area. just to verify if I'm accurate, I'm very sure, or I should say I'm pretty sure that these have not gotten the overhaul yet, at least not in 4.4. There are no external freight elevators on these gateways in 4.4, so maybe there is now? Question mark? We'll see. We'll do a little loop around and see if they're here. You can still auto-load with a whole C here, but there weren't actual freight elevators. Oh? Oh my god, I think they brought them. Yes, we have freight elevators! Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So in 4.5, I don't know if you guys can verify if anybody's near any of the gateways, but I don't think you have freight elevators. But in 4.5, you do! Oh, that is awesome. That'll make this a lot easier.
Relocate your vehicle, or...
Oh, calm down. I know. I'm getting there. Touchy ass mall cops. Yeah, see, that is one thing about the C2 that does trump the Caterpillar. Is I have done long stint mining session with the Golem inside of the C2, and I really enjoy putting the salvation in the C2 for the salvage stuff. That is where the C2 shines, and why I am so pumped for the Ironclad, because that is what that ship's going to do for me. All right, we're slightly drifting like we kind of do in the whole sea, so I'm just going to do an aft throttle tug. There we go. All right, let's go get our cargo. Whoop! What did I just do wrong, guys? Let's see if anybody gets it in the chat before I correct myself. We're in Pyro. Shields. You got to be able to buy yourself time.
Shield system online.
There we go. Good news is they're fixing them as part of the Mission 2.0 package. For beacons, like distress beacons for health, or not health, geez, for rescue ops. Is that what you're talking about? Let's go ahead and hydrate real quick, because we're feeling it right now. So the Salvation has a 6 cargo grid sort of section, you know, behind the ship. And from your MFD, you can actually set it to auto eject, so it'll put 6 SCU worth there, and then you have 6 more in your hopper. So with that, if you have a ship like the C2 or even the Asgard, because you can fit the Salvation in the Asgard too, which is awesome, you can fly over to your big ship and pull all of the RMC out. The problem with the Salvation, my one gripe with the Salvation, is in the back, you have a button that you can use to drop the cargo grid, which is basically useless. That button should be to continue ejecting, because as it stands right now, you have to get back into your pilot seat and then go continue ejecting in the Salvation. It's small, you know, it doesn't take like 10 years to do, but it is like the only quality of life thing about the Salvation that I am not a fan of. Do you like the Vulture, Fortune, or only the Salvation? I love the Vulture. I have not had any time in the Fortune. The Vulture is incredible. I love it. I don't mind, like back when I first used my Vulture, because I've had the Vulture forever, you had to, every time you had like 2 boxes, you had to get out of your seat, go down, and release them. So it was understandable that a lot of people didn't really like the Vulture back then. But now you can get all 13 and then go down and store all 13 at once. Crazy cool quality of life improvement. The Fortune, no offense to anybody who loves it. I don't know if Interhype's in the chat, my resident MISC fanboy. We always go back and forth with each other because I'm a Drake guy, he's a Mist guy. But the Fortune is basically the lazy man's Vulture, because it auto ejects the boxes and then keeps stuff in the hopper. And the Salvation's kind of like that too, in a way. Over the Fortune, I take the Vulture for sure. But if you're talking about the Salvation, now I changed my mind, because, oh, come on. The Salvation being able to park in a bigger ship that you can also be grabbing components and have a lot more room for RMC, that's the game changer for me. That's why I also kind of hope the Vulture can fit in the Ironclad, because I might do that. I don't know. It really depends on how much usable space is going to be in the Ironclad. If you have too many ships, you're not going to have all the room you might want for other things, like the Drake ore pods for the Golem, if you're going to use the Golem for mining. Or just cargo, if you're going to be doing the cargo runs, because I would love to bring a fighter with me, as well as my industrial ships. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This is a tractor armistice zone. They didn't think that through. God, okay, so they put the cargo elevators in, but they made it a tractor zone, or a full armistice. You can't use your tractor rifle. No way. Alright, well, it's a good thing our Caterpillar has a tractor beam, because we're just going to have to use it. That sucks. The Fortune also does only use one salvage beam, but it is still a really good ship. I've got a couple of buddies that use the Fortune, and they like it. Yeah, we're in Pyro right now, and I guess the devs kind of goofed and didn't make this a place where you can use your your tractor rifle, which is funny because all of the external freight elevators you can. You should be able to use, however, your ship's tractor beam, which is what we're about to use. Let's go ahead and take from life support to put that there, pop into our remote turret, and let's do it. Alright, we'll grab from this end since it's a little off kilter here. Alright, and we'll just try to be careful so we don't lose track of it. And just throw it in here. I will correct it once we're done. But at least this is a good backup. So external elevators are in 4.4, just not at the gateways from what I've seen. They're only at the actual Leo stations, or the main stations, like Bygenie, Seraphim, Tressler, and Everest. And then in Pyro, they're at Ruin, Obituary, Checkmate, Gaslight, and Megumi. But the gateways haven't gotten their pass yet. In 4.5 they have, but they forgot to make it a tractor zone for rifles. So we got to make sure CIG realizes that. I might check to see if there's an issue console up for that, because I might have to submit one, because I don't think that this is supposed to be a tractor armistice zone for your tractor rifle. That makes zero sense, especially in Pyro, as unhinged as Pyro is. But fortunately for ships like this, the Taurus, the Raft, and all, having a ship's tractor beam is really good. The angle of the cats is not ideal, because this is not meant to be a one-man-does-it-all kind of ship. The tractor beam basically positions it, and then somebody else on board would be able to organize. But this at least allows us to get the job done. There we go. So we'll pop out of the tractor beam. Go close that up. I want to actually close it up from the cargo bay so we don't bork the door, because that is what does it. If you don't close it from the actual door, it can mess up the switches. But you can close it from right here, which is nice. You don't actually have to go down. I'm going to watch it, though, just to make sure nobody hops on board. And actually, this isn't too bad. I don't really care to organize, because it's already kind of fine. Alright, there we go. Hope they fix the tractor beam locations of the cat, because they're atrocious. Well, no, this is actually, to my point, this is how the tractor beams are intended to be used. The tractor beams are placed fine. The Caterpillar is not meant to be a solo ship like the Taurus and all. I know that a lot of us want to be able to do that, but this is where I'm going to hit you guys with some realism. She ain't meant to be solo. Those tractor beams are placed there for a multi-crew, multi-role type of gameplay. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's usable, and with a buddy, it's fun as hell. Like having my buddy Kai or anybody with me in the Caterpillar, even just one extra person, completely changes the experience. It's such a blast. Alright. Let's figure out why we can't nav to this. We just actually have to click on it. Nav's been a little strange. Oh, ooh, oh yikes. Yep, I forgot to refuel. So we're going to have to do that first. So Hull C, technically not solo, but very user-friendly solo. Very user-friendly solo. The whole D&E, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, there's always going to be people. I'm going to try to solo the Ironclad. Preaching to the choir, guys. Trust me. Like I'm also hitting myself with my own realism that me being in the Ironclad solo is probably going to come with some struggle. But I'm still going to try because I like doing that. So there's a difference between like saying like how a ship's meant to be run and how we're willing to try to make it run because we're just like, screw it. I'm going to do what I can because I want to fly this ship. Like I'll probably enjoy even running around the Hammerhead with like one extra guy versus it being full just because it's fun. So I hope nobody misreads that I'm saying don't do it. I'm just saying like, well, you got to understand why things are the way they are. I'd imagine the whole D&E are probably going to be really tough to manage by yourself. But you bet your ass I'm going to try. Absolutely. All right, I don't think this is the big enough pad for the cat. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, that is way too small. There should be some longer pads. These are the small pads. We might be able to make it work. Speaking of Drake mentality. Oh, there we go. I think I see it. Driver here. Spoken like a true Drake enthusiast. How many corners can we cut? Right? Okay, is this... Nope, that's a docking collar. Ah, son of a bitch. Where, oh where are the bigger pads? Is that... That'd be shitty if I had to go inside to refuel. There should be some decent longer pads out here somewhere. There's actually a ship on this one. Oh, I think that's one of the longer pads. Okay, is the other one open? Yeah, I think these are it. These seem to be... Perspective can be a little wild. Let's see when we get closer. They look tiny from afar, but these might be the ones. Maybe not. Might be able to make it work, though, still. I might just get low enough and see if I can refuel. Otherwise, we might have to pop inside. Or maybe not. Is my perspective just that off? Hang on. It's... Huh. Okay, these might actually be just the right size for me. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, dude, talk about perspective. Holy shit. That's plenty big enough. This pad's huge. What the fuck? All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just demonstrating how crazy space can be sometimes. That looked tiny, but look at the size of that pad. We're good. We're good. Let's get refueled. Oh, that was hilarious. Sweet. Well, while that's happening, I'll take a look at chat real quick just in case I miss anything. The golem and an extra set of bags fit in the Asgard. Really, Void? I'd never actually tried putting the golem inside of an Asgard. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know what they might do with auto load with other ships. If they're going to expand it to others or keep it to the external grids or keep it to the C, D, and E. It's kind of hard to say. How dare you speak of playing with others in my space MMO? Hey, you're right, you're right, you're right. I got you. I feel you. This game is nice, but it's hard to play when you don't have a cargo ship to make money. Well, cargo, admittedly, is one of the easiest ways to amass a lot of money once you get the bigger ship, sure. But, Curtis, I don't know if you know, you can rent the raft and the Taurus, which really speeds things up. You can rent them for pretty low prices and have them for days at a time. And it makes it a lot easier to get your hands on the bigger ships. But you're right. I mean, it can be tough to do the grind. Bounties got pretty heavily nerfed as far as like the loot you could get from them and the earnings. Some salvage gameplay can be worth quite a bit. If they would bring back the salvage missions in Pyro where you could loot a bunch of gold, that'd be really helpful. But that's been gone for a while. Aside from that, though, you can make a lot of money mining. You can make a good amount of money doing combat stuff. It really just depends. Even hauling out of like a raft that you rent, you can make 500k an hour once you get to member rank alone. So the avenue is there. You know, you just gotta play around. You gotta learn some stuff, figure out what you really want to do with it. Make 100k, all goes to insurance. All like repair and damage. Yeah, like missiles and repairs and all can be really expensive, which can be frustrating. But I highly recommend if you get a chance to go to Loreville and go to Vantage Rentals, which is kind of close to where the hangar elevators are down in Loreville's spaceport. You should check out renting the raft. And I think you can also rent the Taurus over at Area 18 because it really jumps up your cargo capacity and your ability to earn that money and help you kind of catapult into the bigger cargo ships if you enjoy the cargo loop. If not, mining. If you can learn the kind of rocks to look for and get the right mining heads on. I'm going to definitely do some mining in some future streams. And maybe even make some mining videos too. Other ways to make some cash in this game. I guess, you know, being real with y'all, hauling kind of is the sort of cash easy mode when you compare it to other immediate game loops. But even as an example, Taurus is at New Babbage. Ah, okay, cool. Thank you for that. So, like right here, in the interstellar category, the Ling family, 100K for 6 SCU of cargo. You know, there's a lot of missions that are starting to pay out really high for a tiny amount of cargo. So when 4.5 comes out, you know, check out the missions. I think actually 4.5 and 4.4 are very similar in this regard right now. Because the one we're doing, this is just CFP, I think, to try to unlock Redwind. That's the only reason we're doing this one, and it's super small load and very low payout. But the interstellar stuff, the Ling family and the Redwind stuff, it's kind of fat, man, as far as the payout for very little cargo carrying. I mean, you could probably fit this in a cutter. I don't even remember what the cutter can hold. Isn't it like 6 SCU? Or 4 maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I think with 4.4 is when they moved the Taurus away from Vantage rentals at TISA Spaceport and moved it over to New Babbage. My first ship was a 100i, and I delivered hundreds of boxes to make any progress. Oh boy, yeah, that's a tough way. You can rent a whole A. Oh yeah, you can rent a whole A. Yeah, the whole A is a lot of fun as well. I think that money is going to be primarily an early game, mid game system when the game gets closer to 1.0. The big currencies will be in rare materials, loot, reputation. You know, that's actually an interesting concept, and I can actually see that coming to be. Like, as you get rep high enough with certain things, it'll be about more than just the UEC. You know, it might be a favor or a deal or like a special material that you might need to craft this part of a ship that you've been wanting forever. Who knows? I set up ironclads. I'm super pumped for the Ryland. Yep, I'm waiting on the Ryland too. I've got that. I ordered the Ryland when it was first dropped, or like within the first week that it was dropping, because I was really excited to see an alien cargo ship. So I don't know. I'm excited to see that. Always a fun little cargo ship, great for solo. Yep, and oh my gosh, I really gotta get that video out with the Oxes and the whole sea. The Golem Ox is so much fun, guys. It's so cool. And it's the ship tractor beam on it. Honestly, I think and this isn't just me being a Drake fanboy. Practically speaking, I think the Golem Ox beats out the whole A. I really do. Having that onboard ship's tractor beam that, like the Nomad, you can access from your pilot seat. So freaking cool. Super easy to use. 64 SCU, just like the whole A. So, I mean, all things considered, the only way the whole A beats the Golem is because it has habitation. You can actually get up, you can hydrate, you can bed log. So the whole A is a luxury in that sense, that you have an inside, like a full habitation zone, where the Golem doesn't, because you just have the cockpit. But pure like cargo throwing, the Golem Ox is the winner. Yeah, the Ox is also a blast to fly. It's super fun. Yeah, I'm gonna when I hop off of here, we'll finish this mission, and it's probably gonna have to call it for the day, just because it's already 15:30. Time is flying. But hopefully we see if this actually lets us unlock Redwind. And then maybe on a Friday stream, we'll mix it up and do a few things. I don't have the Golem Ox in the PTU, so we might go live and go live on live build. That way we can actually see the Golem Ox and mess with it. I did upgrade my mining Golem to the Golem Ox, just because you can buy the regular Golem in game now, so it was an accessibility thing. Jared, I gotta disagree with that, honestly. Bed logging's been super useful for me, at least when it works consistently. I'll say that at least. Because sometimes, you know, I might be out in the C2, and I've got the salvation in the cargo deck, and I don't have a reason to go back to the station, you know, and I just want to log back in later, still on my C2 with everything on board. I've really enjoyed bed logging in a pretty large degree. You might have more to what you're saying, though, as to a reason, so please feel free to elaborate if you like, but it's not as consistent, though. I will say that. The whole seas bed logging's broken a lot for me. Some ships will tell me that I'm in combat. Some ships will tell me that I'm too close to a landing zone and I can't bed log, and that's super frustrating. So, yeah, consistency's a problem. Yo, Mission Control, how's it going? Yeah, bed logging makes it easy to jump into the next session. Yeah, kind of helps you get around some of that setup, right? All the getting ready. I'm going to cut my jump short here. That is the beautiful gas giant in Pyro 5. We're going to reorganize or renav over here to Pyro 4. I just realized we're going to Sakharin's Plot. Sakharin's Plot's one of like the most risky places to go in Pyro. Because I think it's the place where traders will grab Partilium. Whiskey Pete, you still in chat? Am I saying that right? I think you're the one that always talked about Partilium, right? Sakharin's Plot runs. Dude, doing 10 member missions right now, and I'm almost done loading, and it's only been 20 minutes. I messed up doing cellar. Yeah, oh, medic. All right, I'm so glad you found those. Yeah, that's how you grind through member rank, my friend. You might have to do that 2 or 3 times, but I find it way more enjoyable and a lot faster getting through member that way. Way too buggy for me. Gave up on a while ago. See, that is totally fair. That's why I wanted to ask if there was any more to what you meant by that, because you're totally right. The bed logging not working consistently is a total buzzkill, because you'll like set up to maybe half jump between 2 planets or something to bed log, and then you get a bug that doesn't let you bed log, and now you're pissed because you either gotta just say screw it and back out and have to claim your ship, or now you have to plan to go fly, potentially dock it if it's a big ship, or just land it. And it's frustrating. I totally feel that. That is valid. Yep, especially in a whole sea. Yeah, absolutely. My bedlog Polaris and Bumfuck Nowhere, hell yeah. That's one thing I do like about bedlogging, though, is like picking a place where like nobody could hope to ever get to you. It's like the likelihood of like finding somebody in No Man's Sky or whatever without actually trying to party up. All right, we're gonna have to be careful here, because this is Saccharin's plot on a relatively busy shard. 506 people. There's a good chance we've got people in Pyro. So this isn't like my normal go to a not busy server sort of thing. This is nut up or shut up. We're going to have ships here. We're going to have to be careful. Got a burger and mozzarella sticks. That sounds awesome. Wife brought me in a burrito, but I've been too focused on gaming to actually eat it. All right. Will the entire whole series get to auto-loading and unloading, or is it just reverse the C+? I suspect, for now at least, that is restricted to the whole C and up. I would love for them to change their mind on that. That'd be sick. I would like for it to include the whole A, the whole B, the raft, the Golem Ox, anything with an external elevator. Maybe even some stuff like the Ironclad. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I also like manually doing things too, personally. I find it fun, so I don't mind as much. But if they're going to do it for the B, I hope they do it to the A. Otherwise, I think it's going to be C and up. All right. Well, let's see. We are here. There's like a Gladius icon there under that ship, which is interesting, or at least it looks like a Gladius. All right, gear down, shields up.
System online.
All right, so I think we've got a lot of derelict ships around us, so that's a good sign. Definitely people's mindsets out here are to be super careful. That's why this Connie is like all the way brushed up against that freight elevator. I think there's probably one more freight elevator hiding over here somewhere. We might just use that one by that Connie. Saccharin's can be a little tough. The fuel tanks aren't randomly blowing up next to us, which is kind of nice. I'm only in third person because it's dark out and it's kind of hard to see where everything's at. Isn't there another? Aha! I knew there was a whole other area with a freaking cargo section. Okay, cool. So, this is where we're going to park. Right next to where this freight elevator is. So, this is going to be our landing zone. I'll pop forward and we'll just kind of ease our way down. Level out. I'm going to be a little cheeky and use third person just because there's a lot of random stuff around here I don't want to crash into or anything. Let's slow down our descent a little bit. We'll angle over because we're trying to get to that tiny little elevator. And I think we are right on the money right here. We'll just let her come down softly. Beautiful. And go ahead and kill engines. Maybe reduce our signature a little bit. We're such a big ship though that, you know, people are going to see us.
Weapons offline.
Alright, shields are already at full power. Yo, Doc Speaker, what's up? Alright, let's go ahead and quickly get this offloaded. I don't remember if that elevator was already up. We'll be able to see that from our cargo bay, though. That's also why I don't like to open all in Pyro, especially. I like to only do one door at a time. And we are... Whoop, hang on. Locked and loaded. Let's be smart just in case. Let's double check our... Nope, that slide is back. So we are in an unloaded state. Let's go ahead and fix that. Get loaded. Slide release forward. We are chambered. Let me also take a second to make sure I've got my ammo actually on my person. I usually go with 2 in my sidearm, 4 in my main. And making sure I've got these on, which I do. Cool. Awesome. Firearms are ready. That was our own door we heard. I don't see any movement or anything outside. Pretty sure if somebody was going to shoot at us, they'd have done it already. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out of here. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. That went way too far. What are you? Jesus. It's so springy. Just trying to... Sorry. I don't think the Ironclad's going to have PDCs. I'm fairly certain it won't. I'd be really surprised if it did. I wouldn't be totally opposed to it having them, though, either. Just given how many ships do. But I haven't heard anything about it actually getting PDCs, so that'd be pretty surprising. What do you guys think? Do you think it should have it? Alright, I'll organize that later. Let me just get this stuff out here first. Okay, cool. No, why am I crouching? Get up. What is happening? Glitched. Alright, we're just going to crab walk, apparently. This is the weirdest shit ever. Okay, fixed. That was some weird stuff, dude. Crab walk one. See, what Chris Roberts doesn't know is I am literally a crab champion. I play crab champions religiously. I am a full prism unlock crab champion. Don't come at me with the crab walk, bro. I will own that shit. Insane. Alright. Let's double check. Make sure nothing like flew over. That'll happen sometimes. Hey, a Drake mule. Maybe I'll take it with us. I'll put the mule on the ship. It's the inspiration for the golem, guys. The front of it's basically the golem, and then they just make it into a ship. Oh, you play crab champs too? Yeah, I love crab champions, man. It's so good. Been playtesting that game for a long time on the beta and everything. I kind of miss the old prism badge, though, with the skull on it. I mean, the prismatic badge isn't horrible, but I definitely thought it looked a lot meaner when it had the badass red skull. Now it's just the kind of cool, trippy colors. That it looks a little too similar to the diamond badge to me, if I'm being honest. But it's alright. I'm taking this with me just because I want to. Because I can. Because nobody here is going to stop me. Okay, it's a temperamental little ship. Or truck. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's see if completing this actually... I was about to say, come on, it wasn't completing. There we go, objective complete. And now we have a mule. Oh, that's cool. If anybody was wondering if you can store vehicles in the cat, you can. It's unorthodox, but hey, you can. So the only real difference with the Teach's Golem is it starts out with better components. Like it comes like an Atlas quantum drive and a few other cool things. Same with like the Teach's special mole. It comes with a helix head and 2 clines right away instead of the arbor heads. Which, if you guys didn't know, we can change heads again in 4.5. The mole is fixed, thankfully, because that was a real big uh-oh from CIG. But the mole is back, baby. You can fully customize it again.
Launch complete.
As far as a practical use, I don't really think so. They're like indestructible. They're fun as hell to drive. I think I can carry one SCU box in the front of it. So I guess, you know, being a bit more understanding, you could put like a loot crate, like a store all canister on it and drive it into a bunker to act as your loot box versus it maybe staying on your ship or tractoring it in. So I guess, you know, there's some practical use to having a mule other than it just being a really cool little truck. 100% twice in 300 hours. Man, I wonder how many hours I have on Crab Champions. I probably shouldn't show anybody that. But I will. Alright, hold up. Let's see. Or I guess I'm on game capture, so you guys won't see this. But let me see. I'm pull up Steam real quick. How many hours do I have on Crab Champions? Oh gosh, do I want to know this? I don't think I do. Oh shoot, did the update for Battlefield just drop? The Christmas one or whatever? Oh yeah, I have 615 hours on Crab Champions, according to this. It's actually less than I thought. Yeah, 615 hours, according to my Steam, on the Krabby Crabs. And yeah, it looks like maybe that Battlefield 6 update hit, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Man, I haven't touched Battlefield in a while, man. I need to get back in there. Just been having too much fun with Star Citizen, guys. There's too much to do. Yeah, me and Cat and Kuza actually just finished an Island 476 run. I think it's 476 on Prismatic. It just got to a point to where it was taking a bit too long to get the kills because we had gotten some greed perks that just made it to where there was like 500% more enemies. So it was starting to take a long time to get to the islands, and we had other stuff to do, so we called it there. But that was like an 8-hour run. It was nuts. All right. Let's see. Oh, local hauling. That did it, guys. Okay, cool. So I guess it's been so long since I've started Red Wind that you have to take that CFP mission, first haul in the system, and then it unlocks your trainee missions for Red Wind line haul. That is a task for another time. Well, that was an eventful adventure. Let me get... Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to actually do a partial hop and actually bedlog while I'm thinking about it. Because I got to get out there and go on a walk with my wife and the puppers. So let's find a point I can jump to. Why is this not working? Let's just click on this. There it is. Oh, yep, forget the screen kind of freezes coming out of the MFD right now. That should get smoothed out before it goes live. Usually it does. I only really see that problem in the PTU, so we should be okay. Alright, next live stream on Friday. We might do some messing around in the live build with the Hammerhead and maybe some playing around with the Ox. I'm going to try to get the rest of that video edited out of the Ox and the Whole Sea fun, so keep your eyes out for that. Probably going to drop that tomorrow if I can. I've got some real estate stuff to take care of as well, so... As of right now, the only big plan is going to be to live stream on Friday. Same time, noon to about 1500 or so. Eastern U.S. time, which I believe is about 4 p.m. UTC or about 1600. So let's go ahead and go shields up and head down to bedlog out of our Caterpillar. Luminous, what's up? Question on the Whole Sea. Any way to fix the cargo isn't getting loaded or unloaded? I mean, when the AT says there's an error. So that kind of depends on what is actually happening. You might be full of whatever. There might not be enough room to trigger it because of weird box positions. It really depends on the circumstances of what you're actually looking at. It's kind of hard to diagnose without kind of seeing what's going on. One thing that you can try, though, if it just says there's an error, try flying away from the station and getting the box revoked. You usually have to go out of Armistice, so over 10 kilometers. And then come back into the station and try to call a grid when you're at the farthest point away from the main station at the cargo area. Like at Baijini, like where you have the ring, go to the very opposite end as far as you can before you call the box to see if that helps. Other than that, you might have a weird configuration on your Whole Sea, like maybe a box loaded wrong. You might just need to free up a spindle, like hop out and move things around. it can be definitely not full doing low end missions. Okay, so yeah, that can be a little tricky. Sometimes if are you doing any multi missions, like where you're picking up from more than one location or dropping off to more than one location? Because those break quite often. Usually the point to points are the more reliable ones. I would try to avoid a lot of the multi pickup, multi drop off stuff. Yeah, that might be part of it, because those struggle. But at least if you need to, you can go to the freight elevator to pull them up, because it's probably not going to be a whole lot of cargo. So if you're having problems with the auto load, just go to the external freight elevator and pull the cargo up and throw it on your whole C, so you can keep doing the mission if you want, if it doesn't bother you to do that. That's my backup usually. With that, oh, I only see a short question here too. How much RAM do you have on your setup? I'm struggling to play this game. So I'm running 64 personally. I've got 64 G-Skill cards. DDR4. I was playing really well on 32 as well, but I think 32 is kind of the minimum to really enjoy this game without it being a big problem. That's what the general consensus seems to be. I am running 64 gigs on mine. I'm not running the full 128. I eventually want to upgrade even more to better PC stats and all. But guys, you can see my full PC setup in the description of the videos as well. My graphics card, my peripherals, my sticks, everything is listed in the description. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit. I hate to cut this short, but I got to run. I heard the garage door going, so my wife's already on the walk with the dogs. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will be live again, though, on Friday, and any other questions you have, throw them down in the comments of my recent videos. I'll see them and either answer them there or catch you on the next live stream. I really enjoy helping and chatting with the community, and thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in as we were doing the hauling and having a good time. Let's see if bed locking actually works as I get out of here. Yeah, it does, at least on the cat right now, but there might be an update before I even get back in. But all right, my friends, I will catch you guys on Friday. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Till next time, see y'all later.